That's there. Heads it is. What do you want? Defer. You want to have the ball? All right. Where do you want to attack from? Oh, so. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Starting quarterback. He had to fill in for an injured starting QB. He was actually listed as a wide receiver on our depth chart. Let's see if we can get it together on the next throw here. 3rd and 7 yards from the 41-yard line for Belgium's offense. They're looking to punch it in or at least get a first down. Pressure on the QB. He's got to roll out, and he has nowhere to go. Almost a sack for Team Israel. Great pressure by the defensive line. 4th and 7 from the 41-yard line. This will be a long kick. Let's see what Belgium's going to do right now. For a screenplay, tackled. That's definitely going to be short of the first down. Excellent defensive stop for Team Israel. And they're going to come back on offense with a little bit of momentum now. A bit of yardage to go for the first down, and unfortunately they didn't get it. Israel now looking at 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Matt Kaufman on. As a short run there for David Fatoussi from the IFL champion Jerusalem Lions. Nowhere to go up the middle. Belgium's defensive line is really making a stop on this Israel run offense. Looking out of the shotgun position right now, 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Good protection for the quarterback. He's taking a shot downfield and just off the hands again. Number 2 of the game against Turkey, and Israel's happy to have him back, but it looks like he's trying to scrape off a little bit of the rust. It's 3rd and long now for Team Israel, still from their own 39-yard line. Going to convert a first down right now. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Belgium bringing the pressure. Kaufman throws a pick, but there is a flag. Kaufman really had nowhere to go. He was looking for a receiver that would have been possibly short of the first down. Threw it to the Belgian linebacker, I believe. And now Israel's defense is going to have to come back onto the field. So after the interception thrown by Israel, we have
personal foul, late hit on the offense, 21, 15-yard penalty and a first down.
So adding insult to injury now for field position to start this drive right now. It's 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Belgian offense had a turnover. Let's see what they can do right now out of the shotgun position. Run up the middle, and he breaks through for a little bit of gain, and looks like he just passes the first down marker. Let's see where they spot this. Another run for Belgium. He runs bit to the outside, tackled, but there's a flag on the play. There was a tackle there by Donnie Eastman, the safety coming in. This flag is all about. Looks like this one's coming back.
Holding, offense number 10. 10-yard penalty from the spot. Repeat first down.
So we got holding on the offense. Could be the reason why the running back was able to bounce outside like that. Are going to come back. Let's see if they can get a stop right now. They're still trying to figure out what Belgium's trying to do, running it inside. On the outside, they were throwing some screen passes to the outside. Let's see what they bring right now. We got a long first down. And just off the hands of the back of the end zone, that might have been out of bounds even if he had caught it. Number 89 for Belgium, looking for a first touchdown of the game. I apologize to any Belgian fans and, of course, to the Belgian team if I pronounce these names wrong. But we're looking at
58, 10 penalty, still down.
And Belgium gets another holding penalty. That's back-to-back penalties for the team. That's basically erasing that run that they had beforehand. They just keep backing themselves up against the wall. Let's see what they bring now on a much longer first down. Quarterback drops back for a short pass, and it's out of the hands on the short screen pass. As a drop by number 10. That's Thomas Boron, the wide receiver. Could be that the official international game. They've been playing a few friendlies recently, and this game really has stakes for them. Israel, of course, coming off that tough, intense matchup against Turkey a couple weeks ago. And another drop back to 10 on the quick pass on the outside. For this QB is not looking good. But when you have 3 passes off the hands of your receivers, whose fault is that? We got a long third down now for Belgium, basically almost in the same area where they went for it on fourth down last series. We're looking at 3rd and 23 from Israel's 29-yard line. QB under pressure in the pocket. Flag down on the field. We have a completion near the sideline to number 9. That is Ruben de Ruyter. But let's see what this flag is all about. Looks like it's another hold.
Holding! Offense number 58. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So that's Belgium's 3rd offensive holding penalty on this drive alone. They are basically backed up down, looking at a really, really long play to go right now. Israel might be able to get away with a hold after that interception that they threw just before. Let's get the exact spot. We're at the 41-yard line now. Belgium looking at 3rd and 33, running back. Miscommunication there for offense. That ball was nowhere near a Belgian receiver. Now looking at a 4th and 33 from the 41-yard line. Looks like the offense is coming off the field to the punt team. So Israel defense makes us be on the offensive line, causing some holding penalties. I'm not sure where this Belgian offensive line, how seasoned they are, how long they've been playing together, but they're going to have to get it together if they want to make something out of their series looking forward. Punter standing on the 45-yard line, 4th and 33. And they're going to let it go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Israel gets the ball back, and they're going to look to calm down, try to make something out of their offense out of 2 series that went nowhere. So far, we're looking at 0-0 for Israel and Belgium here in Jerusalem at the Kraft Family Sports Complex. Defend both sides of the ball. Basically, the entire game to this point has been played in Israel's half of the field, and they're going to hopefully try to make something out of this right now as they line up to the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Matt Kaufman under center. Play, it's designed and nowhere to go. They read that like a book. That reception was number 7, Barak Katsir. That is a hometown connection right there. Kaufman to Katsir, they both play for Haifa Underdogs in the Israel Football League. That is a no-gain play. Oh, sorry, excuse me. They got 2 yards. Excuse me, there was a 2-yard loss. We're looking at 2nd and 12 from Israel's own 18-yard line. Let's see what they can come up with now. Run up the middle. Breaking a few arm tackles. Pretty good run there for Israel. They haven't had much success running the ball until this point. In this game, let's see what they can come up with right now. Surveying the field is quarterback Matt Kaufman, under center once again. He's got split and takes a timeout for Israel. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back in a little bit.
Timeout. Israel, first timeout.
All right, we're back now after that timeout for Team Israel. We're looking at 3rd and 6 from their own 29-yard line. Looking to get that first. Israel moving to the shotgun formation right now, trying to make something happen. Danny Mikhailov moving in motion across the field. Quick reception, and he gets the first down. All right, Israel showing some signs of life now for their offense. He's had 2 drops until this point. That's 87. Let's see if Israel can capitalize this and keep moving down the field. We're looking at 1st and 10 right now for Israel, just under 6 minutes left in the first quarter. And they're sitting on the 36-yard line. Receivers to move in tighter. Wide receiver has nowhere to go as he tries to rush it out the outside, and he gets stopped by a whole half of Belgium's defense. Tried a jet team, Israel. Seems like they're trying to cycle through their playbook a little bit, trying to see what's working, test out Belgium's defense. Of course, these two teams don't really know much about each other. There's not much game film that each of them could watch on the other teams. They're trying to still figure out what works, what's not going to work, test out different sides of the defense and the offense. 3-yard line. Another play that goes nowhere for Israel's offense. 4.5 just about left to go in this first quarter. Israel with the ball. 3rd down on their own half of the field. They're looking at a long 3rd down right now. Ball on the 31-yard line. Let's see what they can come up with. High snap. Tosses it across the middle on a slant. That is incomplete. A little bit of a miscommunication on that route. All right, we're back now. Israel looking at 4th and long from their own 31-yard line, looking to punt this ball away and continue their success on holding Belgium's offense. That last series for Israel did not go well on offense. Let's see what they can do now on the other side of the ball. Low snap, almost blocked, but a pretty decent punt down. Belgian receiver breaks one tackle, brings it to just about the 41-yard line. So not quite as good field position as they got last time, but Belgium's going to look to capitalize and hopefully make fewer mistakes than they did on the last series where they had 3 nearly consecutive holding penalties on their offense. There's Group B, 3:57 left on the clock in the first quarter. It is 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line for Team Belgium. Pass over the middle. Pretty wide open reception right there and tackled for about a 7-yard gain. Looks like Belgium's going to try to make a few short passes, maybe get a little comfortable between the QB and the receivers. I'm not sure that this team has played together all that much in terms of their offensive. Run to the outside now. Number 16 takes a stop to survey where he's going and swallowed up by Israel. That run was Arkady Mirshut, running back for Team Belgium. Gets them close to the 1st down, but not quite. We're looking at a possible 3rd and 1 right now for Belgium. No huddle offense. They are ready to go. That's a quick reception made to the outside, and they get the 1st down. Ball caught by Steven Amont, the wide receiver for Belgium. They're running a no-huddle offense right now. They're just waiting for the ball to be placed, and they are ready to go. Let's see how Israel responds to this on defense. Play action pass swung to the outside and over the head of number 10. It is not working to that side of the field. Second and 10 now for Team Belgium. Again out of the no huddle on the 37-yard line. Play action again, looking down the field, and it's caught on a slant to number 25, and he is swallowed up by 2 Israel defenders. Number 25 with the catch, it's Matthew de Hoffman, the wide receiver from Belgium. And they are moving the chains with ease right now, passing it just past the linebackers on some slants over the middle. Belgium again out of the no huddle. Quick snap over to the left side for a screen play. That is back to Steven Amont. He is liking those quick passes on the left side of the field. Belgium rolling and cruising down into the red zone of Israel right now. We got a 2nd down and short. Let's see where they place the ball. Play. That's a run play. up the middle and bouncing around, trying to break some tackles. Not sure if that's a first down. Let's see where they spot this. After a few quick passing plays, Belgium was able to get off a good run play, and they get the first down. So we're looking at 1st and goal now for Belgium. This is the first real scoring opportunity that we've seen from either team. See if they can punch it in right now. We have a whistle from the referees. I believe there's an issue with the down marker. We got that all sorted out, so now we're going to resume play. Down marker. First down and goal for Belgium right now. QB keeper on a read play, and he is bumped into the end zone for a score. That is a touchdown for Team Belgium. The QB just kept it on a zone read play to the right side. There was no one near him. Tackled into the end zone for 6. That's our first score of the game. Belgium was 6. Let's see if they can get that extra point, or if they're going to go. Looks like they're going to go for that extra point. See if they can make it now. Low snap, kick is up, and it is good. So 7-0. Belgium strikes first against Israel here in Jerusalem for the European Championship Group B qualifiers. After a couple of miscues on their earlier offensive drives, Belgium goes to the no-huddle offense, moves the ball fairly easily down the field, and punches it in by the QB for a touchdown. We're going to kick it off now. Israel's going to try to make something out of their offensive series that until this point has resulted in an interception and 2 punts. Let's see what they can do as we get set for the kickoff by Belgium. Crowd here trying to get Israel into the game as they are the home team playing the first international football game on home field. Israel now looking to bring this kickoff back into some good field position. Bit of a wobbly kick. And they're going to pick it up at the goal line. Bit of an interesting decision as Donnie Eastman, number 20 for Israel, takes it and makes something out of nothing. Takes. Israel's offense back on the field. They have yet to make it past midfield until this point. Trying to still figure out where their offense is trying to go. This is 1st and 10 now for Israel, down 7-0 with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. QB Matt Kaufman back under center behind his offensive line. Looking to go downfield, and he throws an interception to the Belgian cornerback, basically just waiting there. Tackled down by wide receiver Danny Mikhailov. A little bit of a miscommunication to the outside of the field. So now we got Betzalel Friedman here with us in the booth. He is the commissioner of the Israel Football League. Betzalel, what have you seen so far from Israel and Belgium? What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, so far we've seen the defenses really taking control of the game. But you have to ask yourself, is it because the defenses are so good, or just the offenses have not been able to click yet on either side of the ball?
Yeah, we haven't really seen much happen on either side. It seems like both teams are still figuring things out. There's not a lot of pressure. They're trying to run through their playbooks, but Belgium with the ball. Let's see what they got. Run up the middle and tackled by a gang of Israeli defensive players, but it looks like it's a decent gain for about 7 or 8 yards. Going back to the running game after the no-huddle passing game from last series. Let's see what Belgium can do now. Personnel switch here for Team Belgium.
That's a big running back, Adam.
That is a big running back. He is tall, he is strong, and he's making himself look big, trying to get those extra yardage, but stopped by Team Israel, number 52, Ehud Klein, former teammate of mine, made an unbelievable tackle 4 years ago in Spain to save a touchdown. Anyways, we're back at the game here. We got a short third down for Belgium. Going to the running game again, nowhere to go, and he is swallowed up. That is number 16, Arkady Mirshut, who had a big few runs earlier in the quarter, but they're just shutting the wall.
Klein and Leib Sklar in on that gang tackle for loss, bringing up fourth down.
Excellent, excellent stop by Team Israel after they had a miscue on their offense. They're looking to really get the ball back to their offense and try to get them rolling. Let's see what Belgium can do now on a 4th and 5 from Israel's 35.
Turnovers were the key for Team Israel and Turkey, winning that battle handily 5-1, and here they're already in an 0-2 deficit.
Not looking good so far. Maybe a little jitters on the home field. Let's see what Belgium does now. Drop back QB and picked off by Israel. That is number 41.
Matanel Katz.
Huge, huge momentum shift for Israel right now. They could have looked at a 4th down stop and maybe a punt. Who knows where it's going to land, what's going to happen. They get the ball back and a little life in them.
And we just talked about the turnovers.
Yeah, exactly. Turnovers, maybe we're trying to swing it the ratio a little bit in Israel's favor. Israel's offense back on the field in a little bit of better field position. Let's see what they can do with the ball right now. And they're just going to run out the clock for the end of the first quarter and shift to the other side of the field, it looks like. Give everyone a breather and get set up and see what's happening. So we're looking at Israel ball after a 4th down interception thrown by Team Belgium. They're still up 7-0. We're just counting down 20 seconds left to the rest of the quarter, where Israel's offense will get things going in quarter number 2. We were just saying that the turnover game has been interesting in this matchup so far. We're going to see how that plays out in the rest of the game. So far, a lot of turnovers in this first quarter. We got interceptions thrown on both sides of the field. Let's see what happens now. Okay, that is the official end of quarter. Israel ready to go. Matt Kaufman under center. And Israel's running back, Fitoussi, stopped again in the backfield. A lot of these runs are just not working for Team Israel. They're going to have to get a little more creative.
Now, Israel put its 2 best offensive linemen at the guard positions, Almog Franco at left guard and David Beiri at right guard, which means they are giving up something to be desired in the tackle positions,
right?
Which makes it hard for them to get around the edges.
So let's see how that plays out. I can attest to the fact that Almog Franco hits very hard in practice. That was not fun for me. Let's see what he can do now against Belgium's defensive line. Kaufman under center. Play, action, play, and he's rolling out to his right, looking down the field, and no one there, right into the hands of the Belgian cornerback, but his knee was down, but after the interception, he has stopped where he caught that ball. Another miscue by Israel's offense.
3rd pick of the game, and we are just over 1 quarter in.
Not looking good so far for QB Matt Kaufman. We hope that it's not getting to his head. He's got to shake this off. There is plenty of game left, and thanks to the Israel defense, they're only down by 7. So we're going to see what Belgium's offense can do right now. They're just over the 50-yard line. They're in Israel territory on the 49, looking at 1st and 10 after that interception. He's got to calm down.
Well, what Kaufman was doing on that play was he was looking for the biggest target on the field, 6'6", tight end Amit Colton. Now, What you think when you're throwing to a guy who's 6'6" is, I'll just throw it high, he'll go get it. But he threw it so high that it went back into the arms of the waiting safety.
Number 16 again, and looking to run the ball for Belgium, stopped for no gain. So Israel's defense doing its part on this running game by Belgium.
They had Ehud Klein in on that tackle, Ahmed Abu Jaber, number 99, in on that tackle, and they stopped them for no gain.
Israel has a very tough defensive line. Their linebackers are quick. They know how to tackle. These guys have already racked up a bunch of tackles in this game already. Wide receiver in motion now for Belgium. Looking over there for the screen. Again, nowhere to go, but he makes a little bit out of it with about a 2 to 3 yard gain. Number 25 for Belgium. That is Matthew de Hoffman again, a receiver. Those swing passes seem to be the bread and butter for Belgium's offense, going to the screen, to the swing, to the outside, playing the sidelines against Israel, who are a pretty athletic team. Maybe they're looking to stay away from the big, bad defensive line that Israel has. crowd trying to get Israel back into this. Again, a short pass over the middle, and that has worked so far for Belgium. Another reception for Steven Amont, the wide receiver from Belgium. He gets Belgium a first down and kind of gets them out of a bit of a jam and moves the chains.
You can move the chains on the 3rd and long, you're in good shape. And here we see hurry up. And Belgium was too fast for the chain crew.
Yeah, they're going to have to wait for them to settle down, the ball on the chains. Let's see, first down now for Belgium. And a heave down the field. Eastman looking to try to pick that off. Nowhere to go with that pass. Throw away for Belgium's QB. He was feeling the pressure by Israel's line.
He was also thinking that it was offsides by Team Israel.
Yeah,
but there was no flag thrown on the play, so he just threw it deep because if it's a free play...
Might as well, yeah. That looked like it was a pretty close play for number 99 on Israel jumping across the line. Could be that he just guessed the snap count really well. Belgium still in the shotgun formation right now, second down. Run again by number 16, and again, nowhere to go. Arkady Mirshad, running back, is a big dude. He's a pretty big player, pretty tall, strong for a running back, but Israel's defensive line is swallowing him up, anything up the middle. We're looking now at 3rd and 10 after that play had basically no gain. Ball on Israel's 30-yard line. Belgium again with 2 running backs in the backfield right now in a split formation. Running back goes out in motion. Is this another screen play? No, they're going over the middle and it's dropped. That was a quick play that could have resulted in close to a first down. Dropped by number 9, the receiver, Ruben de Ruyter.
When you throw that screen again and again and again and again, you're going to fake it at some point.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. They had the receiver over the middle. It would have been good for a first down. He just didn't catch the ball.
And the over-the-middle passes have been working for them so far, but it came a little too hot for his hands, and he dropped it. We're now looking at 4th and 9. Belgium has been in this position before. Let's see what happens. Empty backfield, over the middle, and caught. Bumps off of a tackle. That's the running back, number 16, going out into the slot position, and they were able to move the chains on that long 4th down. Once again, Belgium's offense is setting up before the referees and the chain gang are setting up. They're trying to move this ball without giving Israel a moment to rest. QB keeper again, same play as the touchdown. Nowhere to go, and he is swallowed up behind the line. Missed opportunity for a block there by number 10 on Belgium. That was Thomas Baron, who's missed a few catches so far today. It seems that Belgium's offense might try to be moving a little too fast for their own good on certain plays, going with this no-huddle, hurry-up offense.
And you got to give credit to cornerback Avi Kolel, who saw the play, prevented his wide receiver from blocking him, got into the backfield, and made the play.
Another pass, and that is caught on a miscommunication for a touchdown by number 10 in Belgium. That's Thomas Baron, who's missed a few catches, makes up for it now in the second quarter, puts Belgium up by 13 points. Not sure what happened there between the safety and the cornerback on the right side of the field. It seems like they were not sure who to cover in that formation. Quick catch, quick juke of the defender, and he was into the end zone for 6. Belgium's offense getting it together now in the second quarter, going for that extra point, up by 13. And it is through for the extra point. So now we're looking at a 14-point lead for Belgium, capitalizing on Team Israel's offensive mistakes, throwing a bunch of interceptions, a few defensive miscues, just like on that touchdown right now.
Well, I think what you had there was everyone was covering the short route, the flat, and they weren't taking the deep quarters of the field. And when the safety and the corner play the same zone, you have no one dropping back to cover the deep zones, and that's the hole that Belgium found and exploited it for a touchdown.
We've seen already so far in this game that Belgium has exploited certain holes or like missing areas in Israel's defense, going over the middle a few times for first downs. They just saw a pretty glaring hole just there in the backfield, in the secondary. Excuse me. Let's see if they go back to that in future offensive series. Belgium ready to kick it off right now to Israel. Pretty good kick.
Eastman will get the return.
Number 20, Donnie Eastman, looking for some blocks, looking for somewhere to go, and he's running it to the outside. Where is he right now? 40, 45, and he is tackled knocked down at the 46. An excellent return for him, giving Israel a little bit of life and some pretty good field position, better than they've had until this point.
Those of you who followed the Kraft Family Israel Football League know what Donnie Eastman can do for a team. And all you have to do is go back 4 years to Team Israel's very first international game against Spain, where Eastman scored 3 out of the 4 touchdowns for Team Israel while only playing offense for 1 play.
It's unbelievable. He is just everywhere on the field on all 3 offense, defense, special teams. Let's see what happens now. Israel, 1st and 10. A run and exploding out of the backfield. An excellent run, probably the best one of the day so far for Israel, just short of a first down. That is number 24, Ofek Essenfield. Another hometown connection for QB Matt Kaufman as they play on the same team together up in Haifa in the north of Israel. Gives Israel a 2nd and looks like 1 or 2 to go. Very short. They needed that explosive run right now.
In the backfield for Israel are 2 of the best products of the Kraft Family Israel High School Football League. Ofek Essenfeld, who plays for Haifa, playing for their youth team, the Rams, previously, and David Fitoussi, who plays for the Jerusalem Lions and previously for the Kfirim. Misha Belov.
Interesting play call there as they were possibly looking to pitch it to a sweeping running back, but that just results in a loss of yardage and negates a few of the yards that were just gained on the previous play. Israel has crossed the 50-yard line into Belgian territory, further than they've gotten to this point in terms of their offense ability. And let's see what they can do now on a 3rd and 4. They need this conversion. They have to stop the momentum that Belgium has been building until this point.
Let's say you don't gain anything, or 1 yard. If you're Coach Hoffman, do you go for it here?
I think they need a boost. I think they got to go for it. You got to put the faith in your team. They have a lot of skill here. Let's see what they can pull off. Bad snap, and the QB has to fall on it and basically undoes what has happened so far in this offensive series, putting them back at around the 47-yard line on their own side of the field. And in comes the punt team. That was a crucial mistake that Israel did not need at this point in the game.
So altogether, the offense gained a yard, given the losses on the previous 2 plays, basically, negating Essenfeld's 9-yard run, and they're almost back to where Eastman returned it to.
This is what we've seen so far from Israel's offense. They get a little bit of momentum, they gain a few steps, and then they take a few more steps back. They have yet to really get a strong a hold on what's happening in their offense, and they run a trick play to Eastman down the sideline, and he gets the first down and more, and he is tackled around the 35-yard line. Belgium did not see that coming. We actually have a Belgian player down on the field. He looks like he's hurt. But if in case you blinked and missed that, there was a design trick play for Israel's punt team to snap it, straight to Donnie Eastman, who was the returner on that previous kickoff. And he got them the first down.
I don't see any flags on the play. I saw what happened. It was Ehud Klein, who's one of the up-backs on the punt team. He laid a very good block on number 37. I just saw the contact. I saw them going down.
Let's see if we can see it here in the replay as Donnie Eastman rolls to the outside. Not exactly sure what happened. Oh, that looks like a block that just winded the Belgian player. That looked fierce on that play by Israel. No flags are down on the field. He is up walking on his own power, so could just got the wind knocked out of him. That is not a fun feeling, trust me. But we are back, and Israel has given themselves that spark that they need. They are deep into Belgium territory right now. We're looking at a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Israel on the ball. Ofek Essenfeld running through that offensive line and gets tripped up on a shoelace tackle right there. Gets a nice, decent gain on the first down. About 5 yards. Israel's just got to keep moving this ball. They got themselves that momentum. What can they do with it?
Well, having Donnie Eastman at the up-back position on the punt team is actually a play that I'm surprised Belgium wasn't ready for, because Israel ran a similar play against Turkey.
You got to wonder how much of that Turkey versus Israel film Belgium watched before this game. We got a 2nd down right now, under center right now for Matt Kaufman, the I formation. Another run up the middle, finds a bit of space, and he is tackled. Again, that's Essenfeld for about a 1 to 2 yard gain.
It'll be about 3rd and 4.5.
Yeah.
Roughly. Either a long 3rd and 4 or a short 3rd and 5.
And again, we go back to that question. If Israel doesn't get it here, they're a little closer on the field. Do they go for that field goal, or are they trying to give themselves a little bit more momentum? We're looking at 5 minutes left in the first half of this game between Israel and Belgium. Belgium with a 14-0 lead. Israel now approaching the ball. Matt Kaufman under center, 3rd and 5.
This is a bit far for a field goal if you don't make it. I would think the offense would stay out there on 4th down if they have to.
Receiver in motion, that's Misha Belov. Quarterback out to the outside, and it is tipped, but caught with his knee down. Let's see where they spot him. Of course, in the IFAF ruling, if you catch a ball, even if there's no one around you, your knee is down, that you are down where that happens.
And that's going to bring a 4th and short.
4th and what looks like inches right now. So Israel with a bit of a decision on this play call. The clock is running. They are on Belgium's 25-yard line, 4th and inches right now. It has worked for them to run the ball up the middle. They have an explosive back in Essenfeld, again in I formation. Let's see what they can do. And they go for the QB sneak, and they get the push. Did they get enough? Referee's checking out the spot of the ball. Let's see where they spot it. Are they going to bring out the chains? Nope, that is a 1st down for Israel. A gutsy play there on the QB keeper. QB sneak up the middle for Matt Kaufman. Got a little push from his fullback. That was excellent play to keep this drive alive. We're looking at 1st and 10 from Belgium's 24-yard line. Israel rushing to the ball. The play clock winding down with 5 seconds left to go. Another explosive run up the middle, and he is denied by number 88. That was number 88 by Belgium. That was a hard tackle. They were having enough of Essenfeld running up the middle of their defense. We're looking at 3:25 left in this second quarter. Israel still has 2 timeouts left. They're down by 14 points, looking at a 2nd and 10 right now, trying to get close to that end zone and make something before the half.
I think that Team Israel can't even be thinking about running off the clock. I think they just want to get on the board.
Yeah, they got to get some points on there. They got to show Belgium that they can do something with this offense. We got another receiver in motion right now. Another run up the middle. Essenfeld getting a workload today, and he gets a short gain again. 2:45 left on the clock in the first half. Israel does not look like they're in a hurry right now. They are taking their time in the huddle, trying to figure out what they can do to get past this Belgium defense.
There's some big dudes on that defensive line.
Yeah, that guy number 73, that is a big dude. I would not want to go up against him if I was playing on this offensive line. Matt Kaufman under center again. Rolls out to his right.
He's looking for Mikhailov.
Looking for his receiver, and that is an unbelievable catch for a touchdown. Israel, my goodness. Number 87, Donny Mikhailov, who missed the game in Turkey, had a few miscues earlier in this game, and he just gave some life to Team Israel. Wow, when you have a receiver like that, you can do what Matt Kaufman just did, plant your feet and throw it into the end zone.
And he just went up and got it. I mean, the Belgian cornerback was ready there for that interception. Mikhailov just came over his back and took the ball, saying, "This is mine.
This is my field. This is my country. This is our game right now." Israel down 14-6, and we have a timeout for Israel before they kick the extra point.
That is their second charge timeout, leaving them 1 left before the end of the half.
With just over 2 minutes to go in the first half, we have a score of Belgium 14, Israel 6. We're going to have a short timeout now as Israel talks over what their plan is. That touchdown, how badly did they need that right now?
Well, they needed that. That was critical going into the half. You don't want to go into halftime scoreless. You really don't. And if you can't capitalize on those opportunities, then you really don't deserve to be in the game.
Exactly, totally. All right, we're back in after the timeout. Mikhailov, who just made that catch, is now the kicker trying to get that extra point for Israel and make it a 7-point deficit. Low snap, kick is up, and it is wide left. Well, they got the points on the board. They missed the extra point. Maybe that'll remove some of the jitter, some of the rust. You know, playing in front of this home crowd, there's flags, there's chanting, there's drums. Settle down a little bit heading into the half. We have a score of 14-6 for Belgium over Israel. Israel about to kick off after that touchdown to Team Belgium. 2:11 left on the clock in the first half. Belgium still has all 3 of their timeouts. Israel only has 1 remaining. They're going to hope for that their defense can make a stop right here. Maybe they can get a quick offensive series before the half. The defense has held at points so far in this first half. Let's see what Israel's defense can do right now. First, we're going to have a kickoff and see what kind of special team skills they have. Israel just about all set for this kickoff. Danny Mikhailov doing the kickoff. He is all over the field, making that catch in the end zone, going for the extra point, and now kicking the ball away to Belgium. They're ready to go. Nice high kick down to about the 5-yard line for Belgium. Caught cleanly, running it to the outside. He's at the 15-yard line, looks like, or the 20-yard line. He is just stopped by a wall of Israeli defenders, taking a moment to get up. Looks like he took a shot on that play. Let's see what happened in this replay right now. Pretty good kick down the field. Seemed like he had a good wall of blockers in front of him and then just nowhere to go, just at about the 20-yard line. So we're looking at 1st and 10 for Belgium on the 20-yard line. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first half. Belgium still has all of their timeouts, up 14-6. Israeli crowd trying to make some noise and get the Israeli defense into this game right now. They need a big stop on this series. Quarterback drops back, looking down the field, and it is picked off by Donnie Eastman. This man is everywhere on the field. And boy, oh boy, did Israel need that. They are in excellent field position, giving their ball to the offense with just under 2 minutes to go. Let's watch this replay. Belgian QB drops back. Looks like he has all day to throw, and Donnie Eastman comes up with that ball that was slightly overthrown over the top of the head.
Holding! Offense number 76. Penalties decline. First down.
So Belgium's offense continues its penalty woes by picking up a holding call on that play, which of course was declined by Team Israel as they got that interception. Israel's offense back on the field, down by 1 score. If they can punch this in before halftime, it's going to make this game very interesting. They need a touchdown and 2-point conversion, of course. Plenty of time at decent field position just at the 37-yard line. We're looking at 1st and 10 for Israel's offense, down 14-6 to Belgium. Matt Kaufman under center again with running back in the backfield. Kaufman drops back, rolls out to his left, throws it down the field. That is a excellent play by the defender, and there's a flag on the field. That was a bit of a late toss. That cornerback was Thomas Philipson for Belgium, who made the coverage on that play. Let's see what this flag is all about. Let's check out this replay. Thrown down the field into the end zone. They were going for a shot on that one.
Pass interference. Defense number 28. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And a huge, huge penalty that Israel picks up right now. As we mentioned before, Belgium's penalties are racking up in this game. Bailed Israel out of a play right there. We're looking at 1st and 10 for Team Israel as they just set the ball a few yards ahead of where it was previously placed. The ball is right now at about the 23-yard line. Let's see where they finally spot it after that penalty flag. Basically, Israel gets a kind of free timeout with that one, and they're looking at another 1st down play.
So, Adam, how's our turnover situation.
That is going to be
out.
the name of the game in this game right now. Picks and penalties and turnovers. It is just a free-for-all right now. Swing pass out to the right side to Mikhailov, and he gets a few yards, tries to break a tackle, and he is stopped after a short gain.
He's about 5.5, maybe even 6.
Yeah, it looks like he made something out of that. He's pretty quick feet. He's a strong dude for a receiver, strong for his size and his speed. Let's see what Israel does now. Minute and a half left in the half, and they do not seem to be in any sort of rush at all with their offense. Is time a concern?
Well, I think what we talked about before, they put points on the board. So they settled some of the jitters down, and now they can afford to think about clock and not leaving Belgium any time before halftime.
Exactly. That interception was huge for them, and they can take their time and see what happens now. Under center, Matt Kaufman for Israel, 2nd and 5. Drops back, passes it again to the end zone. Is that from the crowd? It sounds like we have a reception, and that is a touchdown for Team Israel.
Barak Katsir.
Barak Katsir with an unbelievable catch in tight coverage. Another hometown connection for Matt Kaufman.
Well, let me tell you about what Barak Katsir did in Turkey. In Turkey, they couldn't cover as well as Belgium. Belgium has done a great job covering. In Turkey, they would throw a pass interference, blatant. I have never seen such blatant pass interferences such as the Turks, and Barak Katsir was dragged down and caught the ball for a touchdown as he was falling to the ground.
Unbelievable catch in Turkey a few weeks ago. Unbelievable play just now to get Israel within striking distance of this game. They are down 14-12 with 1 minute left in the half, and they are going for 2 to try to tie it up before halftime. Let's see what they run right now with Kaufman. There's a flag on the play.
Well, if it's against the defense, then that'll shorten the distance to the goal line.
Exactly. Let's see what they call here. It looked like if they shot it down, it might have been a neutral zone infraction. Israel's not backing up too much. Looks like could be against Belgium. Let's see what the referee has to call on this flag.
Offside. Defense number 42. Half the distance goal. Repeat the try.
So we're getting half the distance to the goal on the offside call against Belgium. Once again, Belgium shooting themselves in the foot with another penalty at a critical moment.
Matt Kaufman scored in Turkey on a QB sneak from the goal line. Well, I wonder if they'll go for that again. Chubinski is behind him, presumably to try and push him in.
Israel with the ball now, Matt Kaufman under center. And they run a toss, run to the outside, Jonathan Fitoussi, and he scores the 2-point conversion. And what just happened in this game? We are all tied up.
David Fitoussi with the toss to the left. We spoke earlier about Israel having a hard time getting to the outside. Well, guess what? Now it mattered. They got to the outside, and we're tied.
We are tied in this game in the matter of a few minutes. Belgium seemed to go up when their no huddle hurry-up offense with 2 quick scores. 14-0. Israel seemed to be running in the dark. And there's 1 minute left in the half, and now it is tied 14-all with Israel about to kick off to Belgium. Belgium still, of course, has all 3 of their timeouts. They just threw a pretty critical interception on the last offensive drive. They got to be a little confused right now with what's happening in this game. Let's see what Israel can do if they can hold them again before the half. 14-14, Israel and Belgium in this European Championship qualifier for Group B. 1 minute to go as Israel gets set to kick it off.
Well, Belgium knows what they can do on offense. They know what they've been able to do. And now they have to do it quickly, but they've been able to.
And the kick is up, and it's another pretty good kick from Mikhailov. Fielded cleanly at about the 5-yard line by Belgium. Running to the left side of the field. Breaks 1 tackle and tackled pretty well just before the 30-yard line. So Belgium is looking with 52 seconds left to go about 70 yards with 3 timeouts. Is that doable? Is that not doable? They don't seem to have a lot of faith in their kicking game. Let's see the replay now of this kickoff.
Well, I think in general, in European football, when you're not talking about teams that practice every day and you're talking about specialists who play other positions, the kicking game is something that needs repetition, repetition, repetition.
Right.
And that we see here in Israel, and we can tell from the way the Belgians are treating their kicking game that it's probably pretty much the same thing in Belgium.
Makes sense. So we are looking at 14-all, a tie game between Belgium and Israel. 1st and 10 for Belgium. QB drops back and takes a shot down the field just out of the reach of number 10. That is Thomas Boran, who had their second touchdown for Belgium just a few minutes ago, and they just went for it and figured, why not?
And he had Katz beat. If he makes that catch, if he had to lay out for it, then he wouldn't be able to continue with it.
Of course, he would have been down at about the 35-yard line of Israel. Of course, Belgium could have taken a timeout. They have 3 timeouts to give. Let's see what they do now on 2nd and 10. Looking again down the field, QB is pressured, running out to his right. And incomplete on the quick pass to number 25. That is Matthew de Hoffman, a receiver for Belgium. And Belgium decides to take a timeout, trying to slow things down, trying to figure out what's happening out with their offense. They tried to make... So we have a timeout right now for Belgium. That leaves them 2 to go. Israel, of course, has 1 timeout remaining. 40 seconds left on the clock in the first half. We have a 3rd and 10 for Belgium when they return from this timeout. And they're sitting on their own 27-yard line. They got to go 73 yards in the next 40 seconds if they want to make up some of the deficit, some of the points that they had beforehand against Israel, and they're now sitting at a tie game. They must not know what's hit them after Israel just got 2 quick scores and, of course, completed that 2-point conversion to tie the game at 14. 40 seconds left to go after this timeout. Israel defense breaks from the huddle, and they are ready to go, waiting for Belgium.
Well, football is a game of momentum, and while Belgium has the ball, remember, they deferred the coin toss, so they're going to get the ball first in the beginning of the second half. So a score here plus getting the ball back is huge. Well, obviously, no score, you go into the half tied. What's the score?
0-0. What's the score? Of course. All right, Belgium has broken from their huddle after the timeout. 2 missed incomplete passes on the first 2 downs of this series. QB now moving as receiver in motion. 3rd and 10 for Belgium on the 27-yard line. Surveying the field, steps up into the pocket, and it collapses under pressure, and there's a fumble. Israel dives on the ball, and they have recovered at the 32-yard line. Another turnover in this game. Batsala, what is happening?
Sklar, number 56, who plays linebacker for the Jerusalem Big Blue Lions, comes out with the ball. Now, if I watch the replay, and I'm a referee, which obviously if I were a referee, I wouldn't be watching the replay because we don't do that, I would be looking for the tuck rule. That looks like a Tom Brady type, is the hand moving forward or not? But at this point, it doesn't matter. What the refs call on the field is what stands.
Looking at this replay now, it's a little tough to see, but of course Israel has the ball right now. 32 seconds left in this first half. They are tied with Belgium 14-all and 1 timeout in their favor. Excellent field position after that turnover. Matt Kaufman now 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
What a momentum swing. What a momentum swing.
A little bit of a high snap. Throws it over the middle to Gideon Rees, his always trusty receiver, number 88, with a good catch to move the ball further down the field.
And Israel, the clock is running. Israel has to get on the ball.
Timeout, and Israel takes their final timeout of the half. Good choice there. Got to keep things under control with 16 seconds left. They are still within striking distance.
Timeout, Israel. Last timeout.
So now we got a 2nd and what looks like 3 or 4. Short gain for a sec. Are they going to try to swing it to the outside and try to maybe... They're going to try to swing it to the outside, maybe got to get out of bounds pretty quickly. They have no timeouts. To be honest with you, throwing it down the field into the end zone has worked for them so far. They've gotten 2 touchdowns and a pass interference call down there, and 1 ball that they almost had for a touchdown.
Well, you're out of timeouts, so you must go to the outside or you must go deep. Those are your choices.
They do have some trusty receivers. Gideon Rees' hands are made of gold. He catches everything that's thrown his way. Downey Mikhailov has shaken off a little bit of that rust from the earlier parts of this game and already has a touchdown on his stat sheet.
Well, I want to tell you something about Gideon Rees. Gideon Rees was away for quite a few months, touring the world. He came back, and he was elected captain. He's really taken a leadership role among the offense.
We got a 2nd and 3 or 4 right now for Team Israel. Matt Kaufman in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, drops back, and goes for that end zone. That is some contact in the end zone, and there's a late flag. It looks like Israel might have gotten another pass interference in the end zone. Why not take a shot?
It looked to me that it was a legit call. Barak Katir tried to get to the ball. Clearly, the Belgian cornerback prevented him from even going for the catch. I think that was a good call, but I'm not a ref, so you ask me.
It seems like they got bailed out right now. Let's see what the refs have to call on this penalty flag.
Pass interference, defense number 28. After this to the goal.
Looking at this replay right now, the ball was a bit underthrown on that route. And
15 yards, 15 yards.
15-yard penalty for Israel puts them well within striking distance.
Let me tell you something special about pass interference under the IFAF and NCAA rules.
Yes.
Any other penalty would be half the distance to the goal. But a pass interference will always be the 15 yards as long as there are 15 yards to give. If you're at the 16-yard line and it's in the end zone, it'll be a 15-yard penalty putting you on the 1. If it's less than 15 yards, then it is a spot of the foul penalty. So if the penalty committed 7 yards past the line of scrimmage, it would be a spot of the foul penalty.
Okay, so we're looking now at a first and goal now for Team Israel with 11 seconds left on the clock in the first half. They have no timeouts. They are looking to score right now and put themselves ahead in this game for the first time. Fumbles the snap.
And they have no timeouts.
They have no timeouts. Is the clock going to run? They have to try to get back on side and spike the ball. And they get it off with 2 seconds left. It looks like there were no flags on the play. Israel spikes the ball miraculously.
And here comes the field goal unit.
Okay, so we were talking before about putting trust in your kicking team in these international games. They're looking at about a 35. No, excuse me, about a 25 yard.
No, it's about a 30-yard field goal. They're back at the 13-yard line. Yeah. The holder will position himself 7 yards behind, so that'll be on the 20-yard line. Then you have the 10 yards of the end zone. So this is a 30-yard field goal.
About a 30-yard field goal. Israel looking to get ahead on the score right now in this game for the first time all half. 2 seconds left on the clock. This is the last play of the half. Dani Mikhailov ready for the field goal. Let's see what happens. Snap is good. Kick is up. And it is good, if you can hear from the roar of the crowd. And Israel has scored 17 unanswered points to close out the first half. Unbelievable.
That was a great way to end the half for Team Israel. Could not have asked for anything better. Obviously, if you're Belgium, you could not have asked for anything worse.
Of course. Is it Belgium that they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit, or is Israel kind of woken up in the end of this first half?
I think Israel has woken up. Israel is a very talented team altogether. They've worked very well this offseason, working together as a team, coming together, spending 3 days in camp before going to Turkey. Yep. And I think that has really made sure the team can gel and stick together, because it's really hard when you get into critical situations. What usually happens if you're not prepared is you fall apart.
Right.
You get frustrated with yourself, with your teammates, with the play calling, with the referees,
yeah,
with everyone and everything except yourself. But a good team knows how to pick each other up, get better together, pick your teammates up, and get better.
We've seen an unbelievable swing in momentum in this game. If you were saying on the broadcast about 10 minutes of game time ago that Israel looked down and out, confused, unsure of what was happening. They had thrown a bunch of interceptions. Their defense was holding, but they had also let off a few miscues that resulted in touchdowns. They were down 14-0, and all of a sudden, they're heading into the locker room up 17-14 over Belgium. Of course, as we mentioned before, Belgium is getting the ball back to start the second half, but Israel has to be pleased with themselves and with how they've played until this point. They have bounced back in this game. They've given themselves some life, and they've made it their game to dictate what happens in the second half.
So let's talk a little bit about some of our first half statistics.
Yep. Let's see what we got right now. So, of course, we know that the running game was not working for Israel. We have, so basically after Israel was having some of those explosive runs by Essenfeld and Fatoussi in the first half that were working. It was kind of on and off with their running game. They went to the passing game, took 2 shots into the end zone, and ended up in touchdowns. And then, of course, the biggest factor in this swing and score in the first half was the penalties by Belgium. Penalties, turnovers, maybe some questionable play calling. I'm not sure what Belgium was doing when they had the ball back with just under a minute to go in a tie game. They weren't down. End of the first half. There's no pressure. It's not the fourth quarter. And they just threw 2 quick passing plays when they could have just possibly marched down the field. So we're talking, play calling. We're talking penalties. We're talking turnovers.
a lot happened in that first half. I mean, there's quite a story here with how Israel calmed the nerves. You know, of course, Coach Hoffman has to be pleased with how his team turned that around, especially considering the way they looked, you know, at the end of that first quarter, of course, leading into the middle of that second quarter.
Well, we talk about the skill that Israel has at its skill positions, and I think they are still suffering from being a smaller team. If we look at the run game, including Donnie Eastman's 19-yard run on a fourth down fake punt, Israel is averaging 1.4 yards per carry, which means 17
not
carries
great.
for 23 yards.
Yeah.
So if you take away those 19 yards, you're 16 for 4. Now, I'm pretty okay at math, and I think that comes out to about a quarter of a yard per carry.
That's definitely benchable if you had this running game in fantasy football, of course. So okay, the running game's not working.
We have had bad snaps.
Yes.
That's negative yards.
Yeah. A couple miscues on the snap that resulted in QB Matt Kaufman thankfully falling on the ball before the Belgian defenders could get there, but they got to get that under control.
And we are even at turnovers. Each team so far with 3 turnovers. Kaufman throwing 3 picks, 2 of them in the first quarter, and the third came in the first minute of the second quarter. Since then, he's calmed down, and Belgium with the 2 interceptions in the game, plus losing a fumble, and 2 of those turnovers, I can't remember if all 3 of them led directly to points, but 2 of them definitely led directly to points. We had Donnie Eastman's pick over here on the Belgium sideline, leading to Mikhailov's touchdown, putting the first points on the board, and the fumble recovery by Leib Sklar, which led to Mikhailov's field goal for Israel to take the lead in the waning moments of the first half.
It's just an unbelievable display by both teams' defenses, of course, in getting all of those turnovers. But let's talk for a minute about Coach Hoffman keeping his starting QB in the game after throwing 3 interceptions that initially looked like that was going to throw this game completely out of control for Team Israel. But he kept him in the game, and he just threw 2 touchdowns.
Well, I want to say something. Being someone who has been around the team over the course of the last of the formation of the team over the last year, from the selection of Coach Hoffman, I will tell you that the quarterback picture was never really clear. But then when Matt Kaufman came to practice, it became clear that he was the best option.
Yeah.
Does he have deficiencies as a quarterback? Of course, every quarterback does. But of the quarterbacks who came and wanted to play for Team Israel, it was very, very clear that Matt Kaufman was this job. His teammates voted him captain of the offense together with Gideon Rees, and he has led this team. In Turkey, he probably played the best game of his life. He completed 75% of his passes. And
wow,
you can't ask for better than that. So to me, it is no big surprise that Coach Hoffman kept his trust in Matt, and Matt bounced back. He threw 2 touchdown passes after those 3 interceptions. And a lot of credit to him, a lot of credit to Coach Hoffman for keeping his team in the game. But hey, there's a whole half left of football, and 3 points is nothing.
And you know what? To be honest with you, if I was a head coach, if I was an offensive coordinator, watching those interceptions, that was not Belgium's defense kind of stepping up and taking the ball out of the air. They were mistakes. Maybe they were jitters. Maybe they were nerves. Maybe there was a little bit of miscommunication with his receivers. Those are overcomable mistakes. If you throw interceptions into a defense and they're just jumping up and grabbing the ball out of the air and you don't have a choice, that's a little tough to overcome as an offensive coordinator. But I think, okay, you made a few mistakes. You came back and you threw 2 touchdowns, and now you're back in the game. Short memory, right, as they say in football. We'll get over it, and we'll just move on to the second half.
Definitely. I think also we talk about the turnovers in the Turkey game, and it did look like the Turkish quarterback was kind of launching a few of them and really didn't know who they were directed to. I think Kaufman knew, he definitely knew what he was trying to do, who he was trying to throw to, but on the flip side, you look at Donnie Eastman's interception. He read the quarterback's eyes. He saw the receiver breaking his route, and he just stepped in front of that route to pick off the ball, and it was a great defensive play.
All right, we're just going to have to take a break for a couple minutes right now, and we'll be back shortly as we have a few minutes left to go in halftime. right, everybody, we are just about set to get started with the second half here. The players are coming out of the locker rooms. Just to get you back up to speed, we are looking at 17-14 lead for Team Israel over Team Belgium. This is the men's national football teams in the European Championship qualifiers, Group B. Let's get a little recap of what happened in the first half, Bezalel.
Well, Israel started off jittery.
Yeah,
throwing picks, 3 and outs, not getting the job done. The defense started the game very well. The first few drives for each team were fruitless. But eventually, Belgium started capitalizing on mistakes. They were able to find holes. They were able to convert fourth downs and third and longs. And with a hurry-up offense that kept the Israeli defense on their feet, they were able to go ahead to scores, 14-0, getting the touchdowns, one on a run in the first quarter, another one on a pass, busted coverage in the back left corner of the Israeli defense, which would be the deep right corner of the Belgian offense, and they got those 2 touchdowns. But then Israel needed a momentum shift. They got it. It started out with a great run back by Donnie Eastman to the 46-yard line. Run by Eastman on 4th down from the up back position, a fake punt, and that eventually led to an amazing touchdown catch by Dani Mikhailov in the back right corner of the end zone. I couldn't even tell if he was in bounds from where we are at midfield, but the referee was there. He definitely called it in bounds. And then Donnie Eastman with his interception, and another interception by Matanel Katz had the first interception. And Donnie Eastman came away with the second one. A fumble recovery by Leib Sklar, leading to the Donnie Mikhailov field goal to put Israel ahead in the waning seconds of the first half. And of course, the great sliding catch by Barak Katsir in the back left of the end zone. Belgium is in the end zone. Meaning they are covering the end zone very well. The only places left for Israel are the very back, close to the back line. I have to give both defenses a lot of credit, although as we spoke about earlier, both offenses were also jittery.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Belgium's offense, they look like they would take a step ahead and then take a few steps back. Looking at the highlights just now, they really opened the door for Israel. And of course, a 3-point lead is a lead for Israel, which is giving them a little bit of swagger, a little bit of momentum, cooling their nerves a little bit. But it's still plenty of football left to play. And as we mentioned before, Belgium is going to receive to start the second half. So they're going to start on offense, and they're obviously going to try to run out of the gate and try to put some points back on the board.
Let me tell you something funny. I've been thinking about Israeli football specifically, but definitely all the general European football, is that the Israelis and Europeans in general, if you don't grow up catching and throwing a ball, you have a hard time catching up. And that's why I think the offenses have been off and on a little more, but the defenses have been more consistent. The defenses on both teams have been consistent, and that's what we've seen so far. Consistent defenses, you're going to give up some plays here and there. That's the way it is. But the offenses have really been hot and cold and turning on and off the whole time.
I think also both defensive coordinators for Israel and Belgium can be calmed by the fact that there weren't really any breakaway plays. There were some 2 big plays in the end zone for Israel and that broken coverage play for the touchdown by Belgium, but there weren't any major broken tackles. There was no, bunch of blockers running down the field and a run that should have been a few yards ended up being a 60-yard run. It's been pretty consistent, small plays, trying to get gains where you can. So if the defense can tighten up even more than they have until this point, we might see a little bit of a back and forth stalemate for the rest of this game.
I think we're going to see the same thing in the second half. I think we're going to see consistent defenses who bend here and there, and the real question is which offenses can keep it together. If Kaufman can keep his confidence up and avoid the mistakes from the first half, from the beginning of the first half, then Israel will do well. If not, they won't. If the Belgians keep missing and misfiring on swing passes, they've probably missed more of those passes than completed.
Yeah, I think actually what's interesting that you mentioned that is the play calling for both teams. I think they're going to have to be a little more conservative in what they try to do in this half. Belgium, as we mentioned before, just before the half, they had the ball with 52 seconds left in the half, and they just went for two pretty quick passes when they had all three timeouts, and it ended up costing them in a fumble that resulted in points on the board for Team Israel. So those play calls were a little questionable, and of course Israel's offense at the beginning of the game, when they really couldn't get out of their own half of the field, a few questionable play calls with jet sweeps and some weird tosses in their backfield. I think both coaches are going to need to be a little conservative right now because, of course, this game is pretty important. The outcome, Israel coming off of that victory in Turkey is looking for back-to-back wins, of course, for the first time in international play. And Belgium really looking to set their schedule right. They haven't really had a lot of opportunities for meaningful international games. They played a few friendlies and a few games a few years ago. They have been busy, but this game really matters for them, and they're looking for a win. But they don't want to throw themselves out of this game like they were doing at the end of the first half.
Well, the Belgian coaching staff went into halftime. They had time to make the adjustments, and I am sure that Belgium is determined to come out on the first drive of this half and make a statement.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about momentum a bunch of times in the first half. This offensive drive for Team Belgium is extremely important. They want to show that they have things under control. Israel, of course, scored 17 unanswered points in the second quarter alone of this game to get themselves not only back into it, but in the lead leading into the second half. Israel's going to kick off the ball to Belgium right now, and they are going to look, as you said, to make a statement and get themselves back in this game, either to put at least 3 points on the board and get it tied, or to go ahead and give themselves the lead once again. So just to catch you up, if you're joining us after halftime, Israel now marching onto the field to kick off the ball to start the second half. We have a 17-14 lead for Team Israel over Team Belgium. This is the men's national football European Championship qualifiers. These teams are both in Group B. They are looking over the course of this game today and, of course, a couple games coming up next year to move up into Group A in the European Championship, leading into, I believe, the European Championship next year, playing against the big boys like France and Austria, some of these teams that are pretty exciting on the world stage, not just in Europe. So Israel right now has scored 17 unanswered points. Belgium was up 14-0, Israel up 17-0. Look to kicking away the ball now to start the second half, and here we go. It's probably the best kickoff so far, fielded by number 10 from Belgium, close to his own goal line, has some room to run, and gets tackled, a pretty fierce tackle just at about the 35-yard line.
Katz upended him, but not after he got a pretty good gain. He's past the 30, looks to about the 34-yard line. That was a good return by Belgium to start off the second half.
Yeah, they needed it. They need everything they can get right now in terms of momentum. They got to settle down. They got to get themselves back in this game. They had a few costly turnovers in the first half. Let's see if they go back to that no-huddle, hurry-up offense. That did work a bunch of times against Israel and resulted in a touchdown. So Belgium right now has the ball on about the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for them, starting the second half. And they decide to run it to their sturdy number 16, Arkady Mirshaw, who has seen some success running the ball so far. It gets a few yards of a gain right now, about a 3
yards in a cloud of dust.
Exactly, yeah. He's a big boy. I'm surprised that they're not giving him as much help as he would need on those run plays. And they go right back to him. He seems to try to bounce it outside. Nowhere to go. And Israel's defensive line again making a stop on a run play. Neither team has really had a lot of success in running the ball this game. As we mentioned before, Belgium trying to be a little more conservative. They've moved out of the no-huddle to start their, taking plays from their coach on the sideline. Let's see if that'll help them to kind of slow this game down a little bit.
And you saw the recognition by the defense. You run the same play twice in a row, it's not necessarily going to succeed the second time as much as it did the first.
Low snap, QB looking over the middle, passes it to number 89. That is an excellent tackle there by Israel. That's Stephen Amont who made that catch for Belgium. It looked like he had daylight in front of him and stopped short or possibly just at the first down.
Well, I think he thought he was going to have more room running east-west.
And the QB keeps it on a sneak, and he is held up. That is going to be close, but it looks like that Belgium did get the first down. That was QB number 89. that was Belgium, of course. Now, okay, yes, we have the spot by the referee. That is a first down for Belgium. That was a very quick no-huddle call by number 85, the QB.
Using the hurry up, don't let the defense get set. You only needed 1 yard. That was a gutsy call, but it was a good one, and they got it.
Back to number 16, Stephen Amont. Excuse me. That was the receiver. This is running back Arkady Mirshaw, number 16. And we have a lineman who seems to be limping a little bit, number 58 on Belgium. That is Gert Ellison. Is he going to come out of the game? Yes, he is. So he's a little banged up. And after that run play, Belgium now looking at second and about 8 yards. Israel also making a little bit of substitution, trying to get a man off the field before a flag is thrown. And they give it to the running backs, bouncing it to the outside. Nowhere to go for the speedy running back, number 20. That is, excuse me for this pronunciation, Cian Bora. We haven't really seen him running the ball yet. He's small, he's quick. Tried to get some yardage. We have an Israeli player down on the field.
Well, the defense had multiple chances there to make a play for no gain or little gain, but give credit to the running back for being able to avoid those tackles, bouncing to the outside, and is able to turn what could have been a loss into a gain of 4 yards.
So right now, Belgium, we have an injury timeout for Team Israel. Belgium looking at a 3rd and 6 on their own 48-yard line. Down on the field is that?
That's Ehud Klein.
Ehud Klein, number 52, if I'm not mistaken. He has had a bunch of very important tackles at the beginning of this game in the first half. He is down. Trainers around him trying to figure out what's going on.
And the team doctor is with him. That is Dr. Yishai Ostfeld, Israel's team physician.
And Ehud is coming over to the sideline. This looks like it might be an ankle or leg injury. Seems to be in a considerable amount of pain, but the game will continue. Trying to move him back off of the field. Hopefully Israel can get him back and this isn't too serious of an injury. Ehud is a key part of this Israeli defense. Belgium now a 3rd and 6. Low snap, play action play. The pocket collapses. The QB runs to his left and tosses it for a quick gain to number 9. That is Ruben de Ruyter, who had a catch in the first half. And he gets a big gain deep into Israel territory for Belgium right now.
I think Belgium did get away with a bit of a hold there, but it definitely allowed them to free up the quarterback as he rolled to his left, complete that pass, and now the Belgians are in scoring position.
QB steps into the pocket and slings it down the field, wide open, back to Ruben de Ruyter, who just made that catch to get them in that position. I don't know what happened there in the Israeli secondary.
Totally lost. It's that same corner of the defensive secondary that they found daylight for their passing touchdown in the first half.
So just as we predicted, pretty quick score for Belgium to get themselves back in this game. They're currently up by 3 points. Wow, that happened before we even had a chance to really see what was going on with this Belgian offense. But a few quick passing plays down the field, and they are in for 6, and they're up 20-17, looking to get an extra point.
And I didn't see who came in for Klein on defense.
And that ball is kicked up and over the fence and out of the stadium, but wide left. That does not count. So keeping it at a manageable 3-point lead for Belgium. Now 20-17 with 9.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Israel's offense is going to come back onto the field.
And I'm happy to say that in an international game that field goals matter and field goals are something doable. We see so many times, especially in our league, where half the teams don't even kick. So a 3-point lead may as well be a 6-point lead because you need a touchdown to take it. I guess I should correct myself. A 3-point lead is just as good as a 5-point lead.
Right, of course, yes.
Or a 1-point lead is just as good as a 5-point lead.
So Israel's kick return team coming onto the field right now, trying to get back some of the points that they were just lost by the defense. A manageable 3-point deficit right now. Belgium takes the lead again that they had beforehand in the first half. It's 20-17 for Team Belgium over Team Israel.
And Ehud Klein is up off the Belgian sideline, making his way back.
Good news for Team Israel's defense. That Ehud Klein injury is not serious. Donnie Eastman fielding the kick right now. Running to the left side of the field, dodging some tackles. He is slippery, and he is tackled down at about the 37-38-yard line. Decent field position for Team Israel after that kickoff.
Adam, that's more than decent field position. If you pass the 30, heck, if you pass the touchback line, which in our league is 20, then that's a good return. You get to almost to the 40. That's pretty good field position. Obviously, there wasn't a 70-yard return.
Of course not. Well, being in this league and around Israeli football for a few years, we know what Donnie is capable of. But let's see what Israel's offense can do right now with 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line, looking to put some points on the board now in the second half.
And we have De Ruyter, number 9, he's playing man up on Mikhailov.
So he's playing both ways now for Team Belgium. Mikhailov catches near the sideline, and he is stuffed after about a 4 or 5 yard gain, trying to fight for some more yardage, but we'll see where they spot this ball. It's a decent catch right on the flat on the right side for QB Matt Kaufman.
Well, De Ruyter was playing pretty close to Mikhailov, letting him take the short completions, not willing to give up a longer ball. But I think I would like Rees, finding Rees in that twin set.
Yeah.
You have the outside linebacker who's playing pretty close to Rees now.
So a double twins formation out of shotgun for Israel. 2nd down right now from their 42-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Another quick pass, and it's tipped, and it's caught by Barak Katsir, and he breaks a tackle, and he moves it into Belgian territory.
I don't think that was even intended for Katsir.
No,
I think that was intended for... Can't see the receiver is... I think that was intended for Belov.
For Misha Belov, number 10. It looks like it tipped off of someone's hands. Let's see this replay right into the hands of number 7 for Team Israel, Barak Katsir. And just like that, Israel is at the 39-yard line with a 1st down, looking to strike just the way that Belgium did. This game is starting to pick up.
Well, Barak Katsir took advantage of Mikhailov's absence in Turkey, and he earned Coach Hoffman's trust. And that's why he's in here and able to continue making plays.
Israel goes back to the run with Essenfeld trying to explode for a few yards, and he's stopped after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. 2-yard gain, it looks like. That's a 2nd down for Team Israel. So trying to slow it down after some pickups off in the passing game. We are looking at just under 8 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Belgium over Israel 20-17 with Israel 2nd down right now. Looking to get back in the lead in this game. They head up to the line. Let's see what Team Israel...
Or they can tie the game.
It's true. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Trips on the right side of the field. Let's see what they have a play call. Matt Kaufman runs to his right. Sends it down the field to Katsir and off his hands. Excellent coverage by the defender, number 22. That is Xavier Simon.
I think Belgium. It was all Barak Katsir could do to break that up. I think 22 had the better play on the ball than Barak, and a good job by him coming back to prevent the interception. But either way, good defensive play by Belgium, and now it's 3rd and long.
So we're looking at a 3rd and 8 right now for Team Israel on Belgium's 37-yard line. Basically looking in 4th down territory. This is like a bit of a weird zone in the field. They got to try to make a conversion right now to give themselves some breathing room in order to put it into the end zone.
But it's almost silly from here to punt, where you risk a touchback, and then all you've done is push the Belgians back 15 yards.
Belov in motion, and the jet sweep, and we have a reverse. Mikhailov twisting and turning, and he has nowhere to go. Absolutely read like a book by the Belgian defense, and they push Israel back even further, closer to midfield. That tackle happened about the 44-yard line.
Well, this is the 2nd time in the game we've seen some kind of trick play, backfield action by Team Israel. But either way, the defensive front of Belgium has been able to overpower the Israeli front, creating havoc in the backfield in both of those cases, and basically ensuring that nothing comes of those tricky plays.
And, of course, we now have Donnie Eastman in the backfield looking to kick this away, but when he's back there, you never know what's going to happen. Exactly in a trick play over to number 41.
He completes the pass to Katz, but he is sniffed out by number 9, who is making a big difference on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, of course, number 9, Ruben de Ruyter, who had that touchdown for Belgium just moments ago, makes a tackle on that play for Israel with another trick play. Donnie Eastman, when he's on the field, you never know what's going to happen.
You do by now.
Right, exactly. If you're watching his film, you know that he's got something up his sleeve at all time. So we have a turnover on downs for Team Israel's offense. Donnie Eastman, of course, stays on the field playing defense for Israel. And we have Belgium's offense back onto the field, looking to continue in the second half, where they just put a touchdown on the board. A touchdown on the board in their first offensive drive. We're at 6:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Belgium up by 3 with the ball, 1st and 10. Yeah, looks like we have a false start, I believe. There's flags all over the field. I believe the tackle or the guard on the right side of Belgium's offensive line jumped.
False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
So the momentum from the turnover on downs gets halted for a moment by the false start penalty. Belgium moves back 5 yards. They're maybe a little too eager to get started on this offensive drive.
Adam, this was the third time that Israel went for it on fourth down, converting 2 of 3.
Yeah, so you got to take those odds, and we'll see how that plays out later on in the game. There's still plenty of game left.
16 with the ball.
Number 16, Arkady Mirshut again, this sturdy running back, getting a few yards.
And number 42, Omer Haas, in for the tackle. It looks like he's taken over the...
And Arkady Mirshut, the running back who just took that play, is limping off the field right now. You never want to see your running back limping, especially someone who's tall and sturdy like him. But Belgium with the ball now, 2nd and 15. Low snap, almost fumbled by the QB. He's got to run out to his right side and slings it, and almost intercepted by Team Israel on the sideline. That was a close call. Right off the hands of number 41, Matanel Katz. And Belgium looking at a long 3rd down right now.
Well, if Katz would have had that, that would have been huge for Team Israel. Belgium surely thrilled that hit him in the hands and just bounced off. And now they have another chance to keep this drive alive.
Let's see if they can capitalize on the miscue by the defense right there. We're almost coming up with an interception. Number 25 for Belgium in motion right now. Quarterback drops back under pressure, rolling out to his left, pump fakes, and just throws it away in the direction of number 25, Matthew de Hoffman, who's a receiver who's already had a few catches in this game before, possibly unhappy with that miscommunication with his quarterback, and Belgium is going to punt the ball away. So they stop Israel on a 4th down conversion, get the ball back, and then go nowhere.
Well, we've seen 2 stout defensive drives by both teams. The Israeli defense on this drive and the Belgian defense on the previous drive. Misha Belov is in as returner. I think they may be trying to rest Eastman a little bit before he comes on the field again.
Let's see what kind of punt we have now from Belgium. What kind of yardage they can put Israel at. Almost blocked, and a bit of a wobbly kick, fair catch signaled by Misha Belov, and they're at the 30-yard line. So,
well, I'll tell you where Eastman was. He was rushing that punt. That's why he wasn't back to return it.
So, of course, no rest for the weary. Don Eastman getting in on every single play for this team as much as he can to help Team Israel, and their offense is back on the field, and they can thank their defense for stopping Belgium. After, of course, that false start pushed them back a little bit, and then they went nowhere from there. So we got Israel down by 3 with just under 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Belgium was consistently churning out some yards on the ground, but once you go false start and you're in a 1st and 15 position, It's kind of hard to go to your run game when you're getting about 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, and we saw, of course, as we mentioned before, number 16, the running back for Team Belgium, limping off the field. A quick swing pass right now to Misha Belov as he tiptoes down the sideline, close to a 1st down, looking for a 7 or 8 yard gain. It looked like he was thinking of throwing that ball down the field.
I definitely think so. There's no question that was a backwards pass, but he was looking for his options, didn't see anything, took a few yards. We'll see where exactly he stepped out.
I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with this play calling and this playbook that Israel has concocted for themselves. They are keeping Belgium guessing at all times. It's not just running the ball on the 1st down and then going for a swing pass or chucking it down the field on 3rd down. They're trying to keep Belgium guessing all the time with trick plays and tosses and sweeps and of course running in plays up the middle whenever they can.
And it looks like one of the referees is actually hurt over there. I don't know where Belov ran out. Oh, it looks There are two options there in the backfield. Either holding or not on the quarterback still at the ball. He's accepting the penalty. Third down. סימן קח אותה נכון. Not on yet. I'm telling you, not on.
My mom just texted me that it was back on. So you're not on the
The video feed is on. The video is on.
Okay.
Sound they have through the camera. I'm trying to get you guys back on.
Get ready. Okay, I think they hear us.
But not through here. Give me a minute and I'll set it up that way.
Making plays, we see Eastman making plays, we see Kolo making good tackles.
Israel's offense has to capitalize on this turnover right now. There's just under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They're down by 3, 1st and 10. Let's see what they got. And
another bad snap.
Fumbled snap. That looked like it might have been the QB's fault. He was signaling for what seemed like a motion. Nobody was moving. He was looking around, and then results in a fumbled snap and a loss of about 2 yards.
And a loss of a down.
And a loss of a down, of course, for Team Israel. So a little bit of nerves again in this game. They're looking to get back in the lead, trying to put some points in the third quarter here. The clock is running down in the third quarter, almost at 2 minutes left to go in the third. Israel down 20-17 against Belgium. I believe we're back on now. Sorry for those technical difficulties we were having before. Kaufman in the shotgun formation.
Pressure's coming in at Kaufman.
Looks downfield, and it's underthrown. Intercepted by Belgium.
De Ruyter again, number 9.
He's all over the field. He's making catches for touchdowns for his team. He's making interceptions on the defense for his own defense. I mean, that ball was just under. The momentum back and forth for each team.
I think that medically you get tired a lot more from the excitement and the dismay and the momentum swings more than you do from running up and down on the field.
Right, of course. And, you know, a lot of these guys have to run up and down the field a lot. They've been practicing a lot. They just had a game a couple weeks ago against Turkey, Team Israel, that is. And, of course, Belgium has been playing a lot of games internationally the last couple months. Let's see what they can do now, backed up against their own end zone.
De Ruyter in the slot.
Number 16, that is
a first down.
Mirshu runs for first down. Remember beforehand that he came off the field limping. He seems to be more than okay as he runs Belgium out of terrible field position, kind of gets them moving down now with this offensive drive.
Well, definitely gets them out of a tough spot in terms of field position. Now that you're out past the 20, you have a little more breathing room, a little more room for error.
And they go right back to him. And, you know, this is something we've seen before. A big run by Belgium, and then they run the exact same play or something similar. Oh, we have a late flag on the field in the secondary.
I think that's some extracurricular activity. I couldn't tell by who.
Let's see how this shakes out.
It seemed to me that there was some pushing at the end of the play, and that's probably what the flag is for. Maybe a block by the offensive line that was a little late, or some hands to the face or something.
Let's hear what this call is. Oh, and they're waving off the flag. All right, so nothing to see there. Belgium now with a 2nd and 10 from their own 23-yard line. They just got possession for this offensive drive after an interception that was thrown, bit underthrown ball by QB Matt Kaufman of Team Israel. They had 2nd and 10 for Belgium right now with a bunch of running backs in the backfield. Quarterback drops back, goes over the middle again, and that very nearly picked off by number 36, Shachar Adi. That would have swung the momentum back. I mean, what is happening with these almost interceptions and interceptions? The turnover game is out of control.
Well, we can just go right back to my theory that people who don't grow up playing football have learned how to tackle, have learned how to block. And I saw this, we see this in our league, we saw this in Turkey, we're seeing it now. Catching and passing are hard skills to learn.
So now it's 3rd and 10 for Belgium. They're still on their 23, number 25 moving in motion. QB drops back and starts rolling out, feeling the pressure, and he is sacked hard by number 99, Ahmed. What a sack. Israel needed that badly. Huge play by the defense. QB had nowhere to go. That pocket collapsed on him faster than he could realize, and he was down on the ground hard.
But when Team Israel's defensive staff found out that the quarterback was lefty, they were looking forward to Ahmed Abu Jaber coming off his blind side and being able to nail him like he did right there. I'm sure they hope it happens more.
There's a flag on the field right now. Could be miscommunication and illegal formation of 12 men on the field for Israel. We saw some players trying to run off the field before the play was called. Let's see what...
Possibly some sort of illegal substitution or 12 men on the field. Both are options.
So right now, Belgium looking at a 4th and very long, deep in their own half of the field. They're punting it away.
There are 2 penalties on the play. Illegal substitution, offense. Illegal substitution, defense. Those penalties are offset. Replay, 4th down.
So Israel catches a break there and getting offsetting penalties, which might have resulted in Belgium getting another chance, but Belgium's now going to punt away the ball. Israel looking for some really good field position after this punt and that sack by Ahmed Abu Jaber.
And watch Eastman coming up the middle.
Fumbled punt return right there by Misha Belov, number 10, but he manages to control it before the Belgian players reach him. Israel's going to start this offensive drive at their own 40. Again, we're seeing that Belgium getting a little momentum and then shooting themselves in the foot with some penalties and just getting ultimately stopped by the tough defensive line of Team Israel. So now Israel, with 34 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, down by 3, is going to start their offensive drive at their own 41-yard line.
But with 34 seconds left in the quarter, that means that Israel hasn't scored in 11 minutes and 26 seconds.
Correct.
So you have to give a lot of credit where credit is due to the Belgian defense, but also, just like you were saying about the Belgian offense, the Israeli offense keeps making mistakes that are keeping them in the hole right now.
Matt Kaufman rolling out to his right. And he's looking down the field, finds Misha Belov wide open for a reception and the 1st down, taking him into Belgian territory at the 40-yard line and a 1st down. That's a
gain of about 19 yards. Matt on the run, just looking, and got to give credit to Misha for looking around.
Finding the hole in the defense. So right now we have a 1st and 10 for Israel at the 39-yard line. And they are looking to put some points on the board. 21 seconds left in the quarter. Clock ticking as we head close to the 4th quarter of this matchup.
We got doubled coverage on Mikhailov. No, it was just a
Now we're
linebacker showing blitz.
rolling out to the left side for Kaufman. Gideon Reeves with those sturdy hands makes a catch and very nearly a first down. Are they going to give it to him? We'll see where they spot it, and this is going to take us to the end of the third quarter, I believe. That is short of the first down. That's going to be a second and about half a yard to go for Team Israel after a great reception by Gideon Reeves, number 88, and that is the end of the quarter. So we are looking now to begin the fourth quarter between Belgium and Israel. Belgium leading 20-17. Israel within striking distance now, moving the ball down the field after the punt by Team Belgium. We're going to have a second and short.
Now let me give a shout out just to the competition, the level of competition. It's a close game. No one's getting blown out. It's competitive. And I'm sure that the International Federation of American Football could not ask for a better situation heading into the fourth quarter. It's a 3-point game. A tough team came on the road.
Yeah.
They're leading a dogged, feisty home team.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of good football plays on both sides of the ball from both teams. And that's what the world of American football in Europe needs to prosper and continue moving forward.
Of course, and it shouldn't be forgotten that Belgium is, of course, fighting jet lag right now. They flew in a few days ago into Israel. They have to deal maybe with the heat, which is a little different than in their home country.
1 hour time difference?
Yeah, flights and
maybe
travel. Touring around the sites. Let's see what Israel can do now. In 2nd and 1, they go on the QB sneak and get the first down and a little bit more. Great play call there by Team Israel coach Hoffman. And Israel gives themselves the first down, a little bit of breathing room now as they march further into Belgian territory.
We have both Coaches Jay calling the plays, Coach Jay Hoffman, the head coach, calling the plays on offense, and Coach Jay Armstead calling the plays on defense as Team Israel's defensive coordinator.
Kaufman in the shotgun right now, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Rolling out to his right, looking for a man open, and he's found Belov again. He is hit hard.
He was
after
decked.
He made that catch. That was number 42. That is Nick Vanhee, I believe, a linebacker on Team Belgium. That was an excellent tackle to stop Belov from getting any more yardage than he already did. It looks like the receivers for Team Israel have kind of settled into their game a little bit, making a few catches in a row, helping Matt Kaufman's completion percentage. Israel is marching down the field right now, very close to the red zone, and they're going to look to strike now and put some points on the board.
That was Misha Belov's 5th catch of the day. He did not have a catch in Turkey, though he had 3 rushes, and he's definitely making an impact here late in the game for Team Israel.
Matt Kaufman with a quick throw, and he throws an interception right into the hands of Nick Vanhee, who just made that tackle, and he tries to make a tackle to save the touchdown. 42, Nick Vanhee to the 10-yard line, and he is going to score. That is a big man pick 6 right there. My, oh my. What just happened for Team Israel?
Well, I'll tell you what just happened. Kaufman threw his 5th pick of the game.
5th pick of the game. Puts Belgium up right now by 9 points, 26-17, into the fourth quarter. What's the call here now for Team Israel when they go back the ball after the kickoff?
Well, that's a good question. You know what? Are we going to see some Donnie Eastman Wildcat package?
Some Eastman magic. It has helped Team Israel in the past. There's still plenty of time left on the clock. There's 11 minutes left in the game, just under 11 minutes with 10:55. Belgium going for the extra point now to put themselves up by 10 and make it a 2-score game. Let's see what happens with this kick. And it's a trick play, and the holder is rolling out and to nowhere. I'm not really sure what the point with that play call was, but maybe they don't trust their kicker.
I'll tell you exactly what the point was. The point was making an 11-point game. An 11-point game means you need, theoretically, two touchdowns, although here, when you go for 2 that much, it just means you would need a touchdown, a field goal, and a 2-point conversion with that touchdown. But now, a touchdown
and a field goal
wins it for Team Israel, but they have to score first.
They got to score.
Twice.
A couple of mistakes have basically opened the door again for Belgium. They have a 9-point lead. This is kind of reminiscent of the first quarter when Israel dug themselves into a hole, and then, of course, they pulled themselves out of it for a lead before halftime. So anything can happen in this game. Belgium is playing very well on both sides of the ball. We know that Israel is capable of marching the ball down the field on offense. They're also capable of making plays on defense. So let's see right now what kind of field position they get with this kickoff. A high kick for Team Belgium, caught by Donnie Eastman. And he fakes the lateral, and he starts running to the outside and is stopped at about the 30-yard line. So Israel's going to start with this ball now. 10:49 left on the clock. 26-17 for Team Belgium over Team Israel. And they're going to try to get some points and get themselves back in this game.
And
looking at the huddle right now for Team Israel.
I'm looking for Kaufman.
We're looking for Kaufman. He is not currently on the
Here he is. He just got the play call from Coach Hoffman.
So Coach Hoffman keeping the ball in his starting quarterback's hands after his 5th interception just led to that pick 6. Let's see what kind of magic he can create now in the 4th quarter against
Heads up
Belgium.
play by Rees there, avoiding the 12-man in the huddle penalty.
Yep. Veteran play by the captain for Team Israel's offense. Play clock rolling down. Motion 2-1, and very close to a penalty there by Team Israel. They hand off the ball.
Did they hand it off? Or did
I believe Kaufman actually kept that. Was that a broken play after the play clock was winding down on them? They didn't want to take a delay of game penalty. They managed to turn nothing into something with about a 1-yard gain.
I think Hoffman didn't want Matt Kaufman to lose confidence. So if he is going to go with some sort of package with Eastman or Misha Belov or something, I think he wants to wait a drive and make sure Matt leaves the game kind of on his own terms, not after having thrown a pick. But I don't know. Will they put in a package?
Israel scored 17 points in a few minutes, it seemed like, in the second quarter. With 10 minutes left in this game, there's still plenty of time left for some Israel magic. And QB is hit, but he still manages to get the ball off. Amit Colton, the big, bruising tight end, is tackled low and stopped before he can reach a first down.
Well, that's the way you bring down a big man like Colton. You got to give credit to Kaufman for getting the ball off to him, but credit to the Belgian defense for bringing that big man down.
I thought that was almost going to be a fumble on that hit on our QB, on Israel's QB, Matt Kaufman, but he managed to get that ball away. It was a great play, kept this drive alive, and now Israel's looking at a 3rd and 4 to try to extend this offensive drive. Matt Kaufman under center. Broken I formation. Toss to Misha Belov, and a toss backwards again to Essenfeld, and he picked it up off the ground and runs for a first down. That was almost a very costly miscue by Team Israel's offense.
When Belov is in the backfield, it seems like they're trying to do something tricky.
Yep.
I think they try to use him as a rusher who can also pitch the ball, who has good football IQ, and there he made the right read in the pitch. But Essenfeld didn't catch the pitch, was able to pick it up and get the first down nonetheless.
Really great heads-up play by the running back, managing to pick up the first down. Israel now extending the drive. 9 minutes to go in this game, down by 9 to Team Belgium.
There's plenty of time, but you need to score. There has to be a sense of urgency. It's not that the game is over if you don't.
Toss to the outside for Essenfeld, and he has nowhere to go. A 1-yard gain on that running play. And Israel is moving a little bit closer to midfield, but the clock is their enemy right now. Of course, they still have all 3 of their timeouts. Misha Belov exiting the game for a substitution. Let's see what kind of plays they can come up with. We got a 2nd and 9. Israel needs to get into the end zone right now to make this game a lot closer. Kaufman in shotgun formation. Receivers split out wide. Play clock winding down to 5. High snap, but he's got some time. He's got all day to throw this ball. He's rolling out to his right side, and he's going to keep it, and he's just going to run it out of bounds to safety. So we're looking at a 3rd and 9 right now for Team Israel, just at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he gained about 6 inches on that one.
It seems like there was excellent coverage in the Belgian secondary right there. He had nowhere to go. He had plenty of time to throw that ball, and nobody was worth throwing to. Maybe he's being a little more conservative after throwing away the ball a few times in this half. Let's see what Israel can come up with now. They need this first down to extend this offensive drive and keep themselves in this game. 26-17 Belgium, 7:44 left in the 4th quarter. Matt Kaufman under center. 2 receivers out to the right. And he calls a timeout. So Israel stops the clock with 7:34 left in the 4th quarter.
There was a little confusion there.
Left charge, timeout.
There was a little confusion there. You saw Kaufman and Rees kind of not understanding what they each wanted.
Yeah.
I think Kaufman thought Rees was supposed to be a different place on the formation. Rees was like, no, this is where I'm supposed to be. And Kaufman had to call timeout to avoid the confusion. On 3rd and long, you don't want to make stupid mistakes, so I get that timeout.
Yeah, it's a great call. It slows things down. They have a chance to talk it over. Kaufman and Rees are, of course, both veteran players. They know what they're doing. They've played together on this national team a few times before. They've been all-stars and MVPs in this league, and they need to slow it down a little bit. So we're looking at a 3rd and 8 from Israel's own 46-yard line. The crowd trying to get them into it. We got a man running down the sideline trying to pump up the crowd. We need some noise and we need some effort and some energy in this field right now. Israel down 26-17, 7:34 left to go. They just took their first time out of the second half.
Now, you don't have to go for a 4th down here. 7.5 minutes is a lot of time in football, providing your defense can make the stops and not give up a 7-minute, 80-yard drive.
Kaufman under center. Yeah, it's a false start right there. Looks like we have a penalty flag down. Number 7, Barak Katsir, seemed to jump at the line. And that's going to push Israel back even further. They did not.
Full start. 7, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3 first down.
So Israel now looking at a 3rd and long situation, much longer than they were before.
3rd and longer.
3rd and longer.
It was 3rd and long before.
They really haven't managed to do much on this offensive drive, kind of inching their way along the field. They're going to need a play right here.
They at least need some. They don't have to get all 14 yards. If they can get 10, put them about midfield, you can think about going for it on 4th down. Not necessarily, but you could think about it.
Kaufman in the shotgun formation, 7:15 on the clock. Shouts from the Belgian sideline, and he's motioning his running back around. Fumbled snap, but he picks it up and throws it to nobody. So that is an incomplete pass for Team Israel, and it's 4th and 13 from their own 41-yard line. They're going to look to punt this away.
Clock operator, please turn the clock back to 7:24.
So we're going to add a little bit of time back on the clock. And going to give us 7 minutes and 24 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Belgium leading Team Israel 26-17 as Israel looking to punt this ball away. And Belgium does...
They're not looking to punt.
Excuse me, they're not looking to punt. They're going for it on 4th and 13 from their own 41. So a little bit of a gutsy play call. Let's see what happens now.
Well, Belgium's in cover 4 at the 1st down marker. Blitz coming in.
Pressure all over Kaufman, and a huge catch by Misha Belov. How did he get wide open to give himself time to catch that right in the numbers?
I don't know if I'm more astounded by the guts to go for it or the fact that they actually converted it.
To go for it, to call that play call, for him to be wide open when it seems like Belgium had set up a wall along the 1st down line, and Israel just gave themselves a 1st down.
Well, what happened there is that the receiver who was opposite the sideline, the boundary defender, went vertical to kind of take him out, and then Misha took over that zone.
Excellent play, and Israel has themselves a 1st down and some new life in this 4th quarter. Matt Kaufman rolling out to his left, surveying the field, looking downfield to Danny Mikhailov, and no dice on that one. Both he and the defender seemed to kind of not see where that one was going to land, a bit over his head.
Well, they were both jockeying. There was definitely contact there, but it didn't look to me like there was something that was definitely one side's fault.
Yeah.
They were in contact. It's football.
Yeah, that's football. I mean, there's going to be contact both ways. Israel figured they could take a shot down the field. It's worked for them before. So we're looking at a 2nd and 10 now for Israel on Belgium's 32-yard line. And 6:55 left on the clock. Israel down 26-17. Can they get some points on the board from this drive right now? Double twin set for them out of the shotgun. And a quick pass, is that, and they're going to say no, that it hit the ground. That was incomplete to number 7, Barak Katsir. That would have resulted in almost a 1st down, but an incomplete pass nonetheless. We have 3rd and 10 now from the 32-yard line. Let's see the replay on that one. It's a little tough to call, but of course, we're not going to challenge it.
I think the umpire there, Ariel Grezas, made the right call.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not close. I don't have the best angle. It just seemed to me that was
staying in the double twins now for Team Israel. Kaufman still in shotgun formation. 3rd and 10. Rolls out to his left. Blitz coming, and they pull a
screen, and that was sniffed out totally. Great play by the Belgian defender, number 97. That was a great play. Heads-up play.
So number 97, that is Reda Vranken, who is a defensive lineman, one of the more veteran players on this Belgian team. He makes a stop when Belgium really needed a stop. The clock is running right now, 6:23 left on the clock. Israel's looking at a 4th and 10 from the 40-yard line.
No, that's a 4th and 10.
20. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 4th and 18 from the 40-yard line. And they're going forward again, staying in that double twins formation. Some of the best receivers on their team out on the field.
Look at the middle of the field, how it's vacant for Misha Belov to just run there.
And they take a shot down the field.
There is no one there.
No one there. Almost picked off by the Belgian defense. And that is a turnover on downs for Team Israel. So Belgium's going to take over the ball with just under 6 minutes to go, and they're up by 9, 26-17.
Well, he didn't have a lot of time to get rid of that ball, and so I think he just went for what he first saw. He should, in my opinion, he should have gone for the middle of the field. The two safeties were playing closer to the boundaries. The middle of the field was there. That's where Belov was headed. That's where I would have gone, but I'm not under the duress that Matt Kaufman was under.
Of course, and they didn't have to take a shot down the field. I'm not sure if that was the right choice by him looking at what he was seeing, but maybe he was pressured a little too much. Didn't have time to really survey the field and see where his receivers were at. So now we have a 1st and 10 for Belgium from the their own 40-yard line. With 5:58 left to go in this fourth quarter, they are leading by 9 points.
Well, Belgium just needs to chew some time off the clock.
Yep.
If they can end with a score, they can all but ice it, assuming they are able to take 2, 3, 4 minutes off the clock.
Arkady Mirshut in the backfield gets the handoff, but there's flags all over the field. Looks like a false start. Is going to push them back.
Now, Belgium has a hard time digging themselves out of 1st and 15s, which this is not the first time they've false started themselves into. Assuming this is against Belgium, we do not know.
Referee's talking it over right now. Let's get the official play call on this penalty.
Football. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, field, first down.
So Belgium looking at a 1st and 15 like we've seen them have before. And, of course, to be honest with you, they're letting Israel remain in this game. These penalties are unnecessary penalties. They need to run out the clock. They need to chew off some time. And they're just allowing Israel to kind of keep themselves available and give them a chance to win. Give a handoff right now to Mirshut, and he gains back all of those penalty yards and some more, almost reaching the first down marker.
I think that was his longest run of the game.
That was an excellent run. He looks totally fine after he limped off the field earlier in the game.
And Belgium needed that from that 1st and 15. They definitely needed that big burst, puts them into 2nd and short.
We're looking at a 2nd and 3 right now for Team Belgium.
The clock is running. The Belgians are happy to keep it running.
Israel's starting to feel the heat a little bit. They have 2 timeouts. They're down by 9 points. 5:23 left in this game. Split running back formation for Team Belgium right now. QB in shotgun formation. Hands it off again to Mirshut, and he gets the first down and some more. It's about a 7-yard run for him.
I mean, you have to start assuming, if you're Israel defense, you have to assume that Belgium, you don't have to assume,
Yeah.
Belgium wants to run time off the clock.
Yeah.
So they're going to run the ball. Obviously, they're not going to let you stuff the box and just keep pounding it. They want to take advantage of mismatches and poor coverages. But if I'm Team Israel, I start stuffing the box. It's time to start taking some gambles.
Another run play back to Mirshut, and he is stopped behind the line by Team Israel. Ehud Klein, who we saw injured on the sideline beforehand, back in the game and making that tackle to keep the drive to, basically 2nd and long right now for Belgium and giving Israel a little bit more of hope.
With a play clock of 40 seconds, if Belgium runs again on 2nd down, runs again on 3rd down, they can burn almost 2 minutes off the clock.
Right.
even if they don't get a first down, you end it with a first down with around 2.5 minutes to play, and you can all but ice the game.
They're taking their sweet time now on this snap. 4:14 left to go. And they hand it off again. And he is dragging 4 Israeli players with him down the field. That was Mirshoot again.
And it's 3rd and short in 4-down territory. If they get stopped here on 3rd down, why not give it to him again on 4th down?
Yeah, I mean, he's shown time and again that he can make a play, but he's actually limping off the field again, showing us a little bit of a limp. He's asking for a substitution, so maybe Belgium losing their top running back maybe just needs a breather on the sideline after getting a couple long runs. But we're looking at a 3rd and about 4 yards to go to the first down. 3.5 minutes left to go in this game, Israel versus Belgium. And number 20, the running back, comes into the game, and he evades a tackle from Donnie Eastman, but he is tackled behind the first down marker. So we're going to look at 4th down and a couple to go. This could be the game right here.
Well, this is an interesting call that we're going to see from Belgium. It looks like the offense is still on the field. You could punt it, try to directionally punt, put the offense another 25 to 30 yards back. We talked about it before when Israel was going for it from just around this line. I think they're going to let the play clock wind down, take a timeout, and then send in whatever play on offense or punting team they want to do. But we're under 2:45.
The timeout taken by Belgium.
So we're at 2:42. If you send in your offense,
First timeout.
if you send in your offense and make the first down, it's all but over. It's
Right.
not quite over. Israel could, burn their timeouts.
Yeah.
But they'll still have to make the stop.
Yep.
And then have about a little more than 2 minutes to score twice.
Right. That's a tall order.
And which means they'll have to onside kick because they won't have timeouts to stop the clock on the Belgians' next drive. That's if you go in with the offense, and it looks to me like the offense is on the field.
Yeah, it looks like they're talking over what they're trying to do here. Israel defense coming back out of that timeout, ready to go. We've seen the Israeli defense make some big plays in this game already, and they need something magical here to get themselves back in this game.
Well, who do you like here on this play, Adam?
Donnie Eastman?
No, on Belgium. If you're Belgium.
If you're Belgium, I'm giving it back to number 16, to Mirshout. I mean, he's proven time and again that he can get that ball at least a few yards to go. They're looking at a 4th and 3. This is very doable for their run game that they've proven in this second half. But I see number 16 on the sideline in front of us. He is not out on the field. The offense is, of course, going back out on the field for Belgium. On a 4th and 3, split running backs in the backfield, making noise in the crowd right now, trying to give Israel some life. Number 25 going out in motion, and they're going for a passing play, taking a shot down the field, and that is a moonshot. Nothing to do there, and no flags on the field, so we have a stoppage of the clock because of the incomplete pass. We have a turnover on downs, incomplete pass. I'm not sure that was the right play call for Belgium.
I'm sure it was not the right play call.
I mean, what was that? You run the ball, even if you don't get the first down, but on 3 yards, you figure you have a good shot at it. If you don't get the first down, at least you're taking some more time off the clock. They basically just handed Israel a timeout for free right now. Israel, of course, still has a long way to go. They're down by 9. They're on their own 38-yard line.
And they haven't scored in how long, Adam?
Nearly 2 quarters. They haven't scored since the first half.
About 20 minutes.
Yep. Israel needs a score, and they need it fast. We got trips out wide left right now for QB Matt Kaufman in the shotgun formation. Belgium sideline trying to make some noise here. Cheer on their defense to make a stop.
And Belgium is going cover 4 against the 4 wide. They have Mikhailov on the sideline.
And he's breaking it down the sideline to the 30-yard line. He's coming across the field. 20, 15, 10. And he's going to go into the end zone for the score. Well, we said they needed a quick one, and they got it. Donnie Mikhailov with the touchdown. Where did that come from? Oh, my goodness, and there is a flag in the backfield. If this is coming back, that's going to be heartbreaking for Team Israel.
That over there, it is either a holding against the offense or a roughing the passer against the defense. Those are the 2 options.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 51, offense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that is just deflating for Team Israel to get a personal foul on a play that brought them right back into this game. Donnie Mikhailov doing everything he can to make that catch by the sideline into a touchdown. And now we're looking at first and very long for Team Israel. Wow. That got exciting for a moment, but
that was, unless something happens here, that is not just deflating. That's almost decapitating.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. We'd have to check the replay on that to see where that penalty occurred.
That has got to hurt. And it was unnecessary.
Unnecessary, absolutely. Kaufman now again with the trips formation to his left in the shotgun.
And that is
picked off by number 9, who's been everywhere for Belgium. Runs it into the end zone for a score for Team Belgium. Padding their lead with another 6 points, and that looks like that's all she wrote for Team Israel. The score right now is 32-17, Belgium over Israel. 1:56 left on the clock. A critical penalty, which really was the undoing of Belgium in the first half, and it happens to be the undoing for Team Israel in the second half, as we see number 9, Ruben de Ruyter, on the highlight, running down the sideline after his pick 6. The turnover mistakes really were just too costly for Team Israel, as Belgium right now is setting up for the extra point to try to push it to a 16-point lead. And he misses a kick slightly wide left, so Israel now down. Belgium is now leading this game 32-17 with 1:56 left on the clock. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining after an interception thrown by Israel's quarterback Matt Kaufman right into the hands of Ruben de Ruyter, who I believe has at least 3 touchdowns in this game on collectively total on both sides of the ball.
Well, you talk about our game against Turkey and how the game was won because Matt Kaufman had one of the best games of his life. Yep. And now you're talking about this game against Belgium, and Matt Kaufman has one of the worst games of his life.
Right, yeah.
I don't think he's ever thrown 6 picks.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. I mean, Israel's been in this game. They've been fighting. They've been clawing back. Belgium has made a few costly mistakes in terms of penalties and some questionable play calls, but ultimately the mistakes are what going to lead to a victory here for Belgium over Israel.
And think about the cost of that penalty.
Yeah.
That was a 2-touchdown swing.
My goodness. That would have taken them, Israel would have been within striking distance of the game with, 2 timeouts left, plenty of time to hopefully pull off an onside kick. And now they're receiving the ball down by 15, 32-17. Team Belgium kicking it off. Donnie Eastman fields the ball, and he's running up the middle. He's found some room. He's now crossing midfield, makes a juke spin move. This is some Madden moves right now, and he's down at the 40-yard line into Belgian territory. So giving Israel a little bit of life right now. Late in the second half, they're down by 15. They're going to need some miracles to pull this one out.
Clock operator, put the clock on 150. 150.
We have a clock adjustment right now that we had a miscue with the clock running off a few seconds on that kick return. So we're going to set it at 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this game. Belgium leading 32-17 over Israel. This is for the European Championship qualifiers, Group B. This is the men's national football teams. Belgium leading Israel 32-17 in Jerusalem, Israel, at the Kraft Family Sports Complex. Israel right now looking at 1st and 10, trying to give them...
Offside, kicking team, number 54. 5 yards, heading to the end of the run. First down.
So Israel gets a little bit of a benefit for another unnecessary penalty by Belgium, moving them closer into Belgian territory. So we have 1st and 10 now for Team Israel from the 34-yard line.
So Israel has a chance to do something. I mean, 15 points. It's still a 2-score game.
Yeah, correct. Matt Kaufman stepping up into the pocket, launching it down to the end zone, and that is over the head of number 7, Barak Katsir. See what they're trying to do here, trying to score as quickly as they can. That has worked for them earlier in this game, but just bit too far on that throw.
I mean, it was a 9-point game.
Yeah.
Now we're up to 15.
Yeah.
Essentially, all that does is take field goals out of the equation.
100%. And the same way that we were assuming that Israel's defense could assume that Belgium was going to run the ball, Belgium's defense right now can assume that Israel's just going to try to launch a pass either to the sidelines to get out and stop the play or to just go into the end zone and pick up a touchdown. We're looking at a double twins formation out wide for Matt Kaufman in the shotgun formation. And right out of the hands of Misha Belov over the middle, incomplete.
I think it hit him in the face mask.
He's got to adjust that helmet a little bit if he wants to make that catch. He has made a lot of huge catches in this game to this point.
Maybe it was the shoulder pads.
An equipment malfunction. So we're looking at 3rd and 10 now.
Well, it's not an equipment malfunction. It's a catch malfunction.
Right.
If you don't catch with your hands and you try to catch with your chest, then the ball bounces off your shoulder pads, which is what happens when the leather hits the plastic.
Right, of course.
So it's a hands malfunction.
We're looking now at 3rd and 10 for Israel. This is basically the last 2 plays. If they can't make something here, they're looking at Belgium taking over and ending this game. Matt Kaufman under some pressure, and he gets out of it, looking to pass it down the field, finds a man, Gideon Rees, just over his head, and incomplete. How did he get out of that? That was reminiscent of Eli Manning back in the Super Bowl.
I was about to, it reminded me of that, how he was kind of stuck in the middle, was able to roll out the back, go backdoor to his weak side.
Yeah, unfortunately ends in an incomplete pass. We have a 4th and 10 now for Team Israel.
4th and game.
4th and game. Yeah, they don't get anything on the board right now.
Well, Israel still has 2 timeouts.
Yep.
So you can get the ball left, assuming you don't give up a first down.
Right.
But to be able to, in that amount of time, which would be probably under 30 seconds, to score, onside score again, is a pretty tall order.
This is a big play right now. Wide receivers out wide for Team Israel. Shotgun formation, Matt Kaufman.
Double coverage on Mikhailov on Israel's sideline.
He's got plenty of time to throw the ball. Surveying down the field, tosses it up.
Still goes for Mikhailov.
And underthrown for another pick straight into the arms of number 22, Xavier Simon for Belgium. And he's running down the field. He's at the 40-yard line.
And he takes a knee.
It looks like this game is going to be over, and Belgium now has possession of the ball.
He made a very smart football move and a business decision as Almo Franco was coming in for the tackle. So I won't call it just a business move because that was a legit, good, time-managing, health-managing football decision to take a knee on that play.
Also a bit of a classy play in this international game. You know, you're not trying to, no one's really looking to run up the score. They're up by 15 with just over a minute left to go. They just got the interception. Let's just stop the clock and we'll just end this and shake hands and head home. So right now we're looking.
You still have to get a first down. Israel could stop the clock twice.
Correct. So let's see what they can do. Israel's defense is out there waiting for Belgium's offense. Coming out onto the field right now, we see number 16, Meerschout, back on the field as running back. We know that he's had success in this game already. So we have 1st and 10 right now on Belgium's own 37-yard line.
Belgium has twins to the right, and only one guy's there to cover them.
Meerschout.
But of course, they're going for the run. He is still on his feet. I'm sure Israel would like to try and drag him out of bounds.
So he's tackled for a loss, ultimately on that run, as Israel
calls an immediate timeout.
Immediate timeout.
I'm sure they told the referee on their sideline.
Second charge.
I'm sure they told the referee on their sideline, as soon as this play is dead, we're taking a timeout. 1:06. They have 1 timeout left, which means that this play will go. Let's say they don't get the first down. Let's say they run it.
Yep.
It stays in bounds. So the play itself is going to take, let's say, 6 seconds. We're going to go down to a minute. And then Israel's going to call its 3rd and final timeout.
Right.
So you get off the next play. You got about 5 seconds of play, then another 40 seconds of the play clock. So you're down to about 15 seconds when the Belgians run their 4th down play, even if they don't get the first down.
Right. Yes.
If they run a punt,
yeah,
a punt play takes about 10 seconds. A run back would eat up the rest of the clock. Israel needs to fair catch on that and then have 10 seconds left.
So we're seeing by this timeout taken by Team Israel that they are not giving up on this game despite a 15-point deficit with 1:06 to go in the 4th quarter. They're going to try to make a stop, and if they can make a stop, they can make it interesting, but I appreciate the effort here that they're not giving up. They don't want it.
If it's not mathematically over, there's no reason to give up.
100%. Let's see what Belgium does right now. giving it back to Meerschaut for the run, and he is dragging some defenders with him, but there is nowhere to go. Stopped on the forward progress, basically with about a 1 yard gain at most. And we're looking at a 3rd down and long here as Israel stops the clock again.
And we talked about 6 seconds. That took 9 seconds for them to get him down.
Last timeout.
Credit to Belgium's running back, Meerschaut, who is dragging defenders with him and dragging the clock longer than Israel would have liked that play to carry out. And he is giving his team a fighting chance to at least put this away and inch them closer to the 1st down marker. So we're just looking at the stats right now. Number 16 for Belgium, Meerschaut, has 21 carries in this game for 74 yards, averaging just over about 3.5 yards a carry. His longest has been 14 yards, which we saw earlier in this half. He, it's a decent running day. I don't know if you would like those numbers in your fantasy football team, but if he can bust out a run right now, he's going to put this game to bed.
Well, I'll tell you what numbers you don't want on your fantasy football team. 7 INTs from your starting.
That's correct. That'll undo the 2 touchdowns that he threw earlier.
It's a miracle that Israel is only down 2 scores. And they're running a pass play.
Belgium running a pass play, and
it's a fumble!
And it's a fumble interception, and Israel is going to take this into the end zone. What just happened?
How do you call that play? Just run the darn ball.
You have a running back who's capable. You have just about a minute left in this game. Pressure on your QB on a passing play. It goes off of a player's thigh as he's trying to toss it away right into the hands of number 56, Liev Sklar, who had the fumble earlier in this game, the forced fumble in the first half. And
now you have to get a point.
Israel,
or it's over.
Israel needs to get some points on the board right now, or they can kiss this game goodbye. I mean, a completely insane turn of events right there. Of Belgium just giving up points on the board that were not necessary. They could have ended this game. And now Israel looking at a 2-point conversion formation with a...
See if they try to draw them off sides. Last time they went for 2, they drew them off sides, and then they weren't going for it from the 3-yard line. They were going for it from the 1.5-yard line. But they need these points. If they don't score, it's over.
This is crucial. I mean...
It remains a 2-score game if they don't score now.
100%. Belgium has opened the door for Israel the entire game and kept them in it with penalties and questionable play calls. And now Israel is looking to make it really interesting with 49 seconds left to go. I formation for Matt Kaufman under center, looking to get those crucial 2 points.
You go toss to Fitoussi again to the left. That's how they got it last time.
And they do it. They calling that play call like Tony Romo over here. Bezalel Friedman, and Fitoussi does not get it. He is stopped before the goal line. A valiant effort on that play call.
So they needed the onside kick anyway.
They needed the onside kick anyway. We knew that was probably coming.
2 of them.
They're now down by 9 points. That was a crucial play call. The unfortunate Team Israel didn't get, but give them the credit, putting the pressure on the QB to force that touchdown, that pick 6 that was just absolutely wild at the end of this game. So to catch you up.
Here's a crazy stat for you.
Yes, yeah.
How many interceptions have there been in this game?
Definitely more than 10.
11. 11 INTs in this game. Although, you know what? I have to look at the replay of that play to be sure it was an interception and it wasn't backwards and a fumble or something.
From what I saw from the replay, it looked like there was pressure coming from the D-line. He threw it off of the defensive lineman's torso or thigh, and it just went straight into the hands of Sklar, who just seemed a little shocked that the ball was in his hands in the first place, and then just turned around and had daylight in front of him for a pick 6.
11 INTs and 1 fumble, right? 1 fumble recovered by an opponent, Team Israel.
Yes, correct.
So our 12th turnover of the game, but the score is, in that regard, is still 7-5 Belgium. So you talk about winning the turnover battle.
Correct.
Which was probably the deciding factor in Turkey.
Yeah, and I think also this is a huge learning point for Team Israel looking ahead to their games in the future in international play in this European Championship qualifiers. The turnover game is massive. I mean, what they did in order to force turnovers, but also giving away turnovers on their own. So now Team Israel is in kickoff formation, trying to get this ball back. Let's see what they can pull off. Is there some magic? And it's booted up into the air and caught by Meerschaut, who's been all over this game for Belgium. Belgium gets the ball back with 47 seconds left. and a 9-point lead.
Adine, it's probably just 2 kneel downs. And then do file, print game. File, print game, and then you'll give Adam all the game stats. Well, you're going to do...
Israel's defense out on the field right now, waiting for Belgium to step on, and what will presumably be a kneel as the crowd is cheering on this valiant effort by Team Israel. An amazing home crowd here in Jerusalem at the Kraft Family Sports Complex. Belgian players starting to celebrate on the sideline, but after we've seen what happened in this game so far, you never know what you're going to get. But we're going to assume that Belgium's going to come out onto the field right now and kneel the ball in order to end the game. We have 47 seconds left and a 9-point lead for Team Belgium. Looks like they're moving into kneel formation. And the snap, there was a whistle, I believe. No, that was, Belgium kneeled the ball, and the clock is ticking down. We're about 36 seconds left. They actually got a delay of game penalty for waiting too long before that kneel. I believe that penalty is declined by Israel. Stops the clock at least. Gives this game a few more moments of life. Belgium back in the kneel formation, and they are looking to end this game. And there it is, the kneel by the QB, number 85, Willem van Kampernoel. Excuse me if I pronounced that incorrectly. Belgium starting to cheer on the sidelines as the clock is ticking down. 20 seconds left to go, 32-23 for Team Belgium over Team Israel. Play clock is winding down as well, but the game clock will end this game. Less than 10 seconds left to go. Players are starting to embrace and shake hands. A crazy, wild game, but a huge effort by Belgium in the second half to make sure they put Israel away as the clock ends, and it's a victory for Belgium over Team Israel, 32-23 in the European Championship qualifiers of Group B. Fans here at Jerusalem Stadium, Kraft Stadium, trying to cheer on their team as we have handshakes from both sides. You know, you gotta commend both teams here for their effort in this game. Israel not giving up at all in the second half despite the turnovers, despite what happened, and Belgium just putting their foot on the gas in the second half and making sure to put Israel away and out of this game. As we mentioned before, turnovers were the story of this game, with a lot of interceptions and the fumble, and of course a lot of those turnovers leading to points with pick six on both sides of the field. And we had a great effort by some key players on both teams, but ultimately Belgium comes out on top 32-23. Shout out to everybody at the stadium here in Jerusalem. Shout out to everybody watching all over the world on this broadcast that we have here. Shout out to my parents watching in Toronto. And shout out to our broadcast team sitting behind me here, Yuda, of course, and his whole team with the camera crew and the clock crew and the statisticians, everyone making this game into a really great experience. Of course, it's Israel's first time hosting an international football game in Israel, and we had a pretty great experience. It was an exciting game, a lot of crazy moments, a lot of turnovers, a lot of touchdowns, some kicking, and of course a close, I mean, that's all you want. You just want a close, hard-fought game right until the end. So looking at the stats right now, of course, we see that Belgium just completely dominated in the second half, outscoring Israel 18-6 in the second half. And, you know, just putting this game away, as we mentioned before. That's it. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to cut out this broadcast, and we hope you enjoy watching this game and listening to us here in Jerusalem. And, of course, we'll keep you tuned. Stay tuned for what happens next for Israel's national football team, and follow on the IFAF for the additional European qualifiers between this Group B. And good night from Jerusalem.